Hey, as we get back into society, let's remember, people will punch you in the fucking mouth.
Welcome back to the Map Mindset. I'm Drew Elder. I'm here with karate combat fighter and gym owner Will Esparza. House of
sir.
Dragons gym owner Will. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas. You were
Yeah.
here on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, it's pretty cool. How was your year so far?
So far, it's been good, man. It's been real good. I mean, we're almost done. So the year has, it's been 2024 was good. It was a good year. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. How about you?
I feel like that's a good way to describe 2024, not only for me, but for a lot of people I've been talking to.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs. But that's good for us because 2024 Chinese New Year is Year of the Dragon, and we've been killing it.
Yeah.
So Year of the Dragon for us, we've had a phenomenal year. We closed it out, start to finish. It's been crazy, and we're very, very, very pleased with our work this year.
That's awesome, man. I know you had your brother Marco just win 2 titles, the MMA title and the kickboxing title. I'm sure that made you very happy.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My pride and joy is my little brother, man, and he had a great year this year. He fought a lot, very active, beat up a lot of guys out here, and made a lot of statements for himself.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, let's talk a little bit about you. How did you get started in training and all that stuff?
Oh man,
Fighting and
ever since I was a little kid, my father. It all started with him. Everything in my life starts with my father, and luckily for me, he trained back in Mexico, karate, taekwondo, a lot of traditional martial arts. And when he came to the States, when him and his family, he's the oldest out of 5 boys, and he came to the States, and he didn't really like to dabble in football or soccer, so he just found his local martial arts studio and continued on, and then one day had me and taught me martial arts for the discipline. He's the first person to taught me how to fight and throw punches and actually kick and punch and stuff because I was doing a lot of kata.
okay.
So he wanted me to actually get in there, and he forced me to get out there and do kumite and start sparring and point sparring. And I was one of the only kids in my class at the time in a brand new karate school that opened up over there on Spring in north side Houston, and I was 5 years old when I started, man. And he put me in there. He wanted me to compete, and my mom wanted me to compete. They wanted me to face adversary. They wanted me to have to face challenges and other guys to understand that there's other guys out there that can whoop me, so to humble me. And it was great. Every weekend we'd be going to Austin, San Antonio, wherever my mom could find a tournament, whether it be local, regional, or even out of state. We'd pack it up and go. And I'm the oldest boy out of 5 kids, so there's fully loaded,
Yeah.
dude.
You got sparring partners galore, man.
Yeah. Well, see, no one else did martial arts. Well, they train and stuff. My sisters, because it's me and Marco, and we have 3 sisters. So, but he's the baby, so we're 10 years apart. So I didn't have him till wow, I was outnumbered for a long time.
Yeah.
He came along. I was like, dude, you gotta learn how to fight. I gotta have
I need
someone to
something.
practice.
Yeah.
Something. And it's been like that, And I kind of look at him more as like a son than I do a brother. He means a lot to me. And he's a black belt. We train and starting karate. And I moved him progressively, and he's just a natural athlete too. So good with those 2 things together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it started with my father, Bruce Lee movies, Van Damme movies,
That's awesome.
and then my mom's like, he's not supposed to watch that stuff, and blah blah blah. That's okay, it's okay. Like, hey, close your eyes, and
Right.
bad part,
Yeah.
something like this. And then I'm like, okay, open your eyes now. Like, now it's like kicking ass,
Right.
See this guy over here is kicking ass, And he's showing me Steven Seagal, he's showing me Jackie Chan, like Jet Li, all the guys,
That's awesome.
So that was real cool.
Yeah. Whenever Van Damme or that guy breaks his knee and like blood sport, he's like, stop, don't watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a classic movie, man. I love that movie, actually. So you started doing, did you just start in like traditional martial arts, or did you do like boxing, wrestling, and stuff
No,
like that?
traditional martial arts, just straight karate,
Okay.
But my dad had like more of a street self-defense approach to it. So the way he taught me how to fight, and then I learned the arts in class, and the katas, the movements, the patterns, the history. I became a fanatic, and then I started branching off into kung fu, capoeira, weapons, like close quarter combat, like tactical self defense and fighting.
Like
So
Krav Maga type
Kra-
stuff.
yeah, but like I guess you could say to some of the Krav Maga, it's
Yeah.
like more choreographed type of thing. But yes, to deal with like close quarter combat, someone pulls a knife, someone tries to draw a gun on you, that kind of stuff. And if they do draw the gun, you just run,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like, get them
absolutely.
out of there.
Yeah, that's rule number one for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
you missed it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Yeah, give me your wallet. You win. I
Yeah.
had to take my shot.
Yeah,
But you missed that shot.
Yeah.
Hey man, you win.
Sorry,
Yeah, my bad. Okay, what am I thinking? But yeah, so it's a lot of that, a lot of talking. That's what we do now with our kids. We have so many kids. We have like a huge kids program at the House of Dragons, and we just had our first interschool tournament, meaning that the Dragons fought against each other because there's a whole new wave.
Oh yeah.
And I'm very selective with our fight team. We don't have the biggest fight team in Texas or in the world or wherever, but we're all champions. All my guys are fighting for high levels, and if they're like pro level, I have my guy Donovan going to be doing karate combat coming up soon.
Yeah.
Next month. We're just waiting for the details for somebody else to freaking sign the contract. Takes two to tango. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a little bit of a call out there.
Hey, sign the contract, dude. Anyway. But we have that going on, and then we have our guys. They're already kickboxing champions, so now we're the ones like Angel. He doesn't have a belt in MMA yet, so we're going for that next. And then we have a few more dragons going to step on the scene and elevate next month.
Cool.
So we have a lot going on, in the dojo.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. What's blessings for us is there's a lot of other people noticing that, and the not only the hype, but the family aspect, the togetherness, and that type of feeling and vibe that we're giving our communities. And we're having people sign up like crazy. We just closed out all our kids' classes at 5:45 to 6:30. We're capped.
Oh wow.
So we have waiting lists on all those classes Monday through Friday now. So you better come in and sign up while you still can, for the other classes, because House of Dragons on fire this year.
Hell of a salesman here.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't have to sell much,
Yeah, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. It's been a long time. We've been here for 5 years now, just
I
about
gotcha.
creeping on 5 years.
Cool.
And the statistics say we've been dead already.
Yeah.
The average gym lasts about 18 months. So for all you guys out there, I'm gonna open up a gym. I can do it. I teach classes here at this dojo or this gym, or I can run my own stuff. Well, think about 18 months. Where are you gonna be at?
Yeah.
Do you have the money to back that up? Do you have a partner to help you back that? Do you have the credit? Can you get a business loan? Can you get an investor? How can you back that up? Because mats. Have you ever bought mats before?
I've looked at them before. I bought wrestling mats way back in the day, but it was just like an at-home set, and I bought them at a discount for the guy. The guy was selling them. He was like, "You want these dollar mats?" I was like, "How much are you gonna give them to me for?" He's like, "Oh, I give them to you for $200." I was like, "Yeah, I'll take them," because I knew for a fact like they're way more expensive online.
Oh man, dude, like just zebra mats, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
1,000 square feet, man. That can run you from 8 to 10 grand.
Oh wow.
That's just mats.
Yeah.
And then you gotta buy bags. You gotta buy pads.
Yeah.
You gotta buy
Cleaning solutions.
You gotta buy paper, office supply. You think that's just some paper, some pens. That stuff adds up.
Yeah.
Especially in now today's economy.
Right.
Everything counts.
Yeah.
So there's all these different types of things that and I'm not trying to discourage anyone from not opening up a gym, but it's tough, and it's not not just teaching class.
Right.
There's more to it, and that's how we're successful, and that's how we're growing. Is because it took 5 years to figure a lot of stuff out, but along the way we improve, like we do in each and every fight, win or lose a fight. We're studying ourselves, we're improving, we're evolving, and that's what we want as an organization. That's what I hope to be as a leader. That's what I expect out of my students in my organization.
Nice. So as a leader, you fought in karate combat before.
Yeah.
How did you get started in doing that? Did you just were you fighting in like tournaments and stuff beforehand? And then like once karate combat kind of became a thing, you're like, oh shit, I want to do that.
Oh man, yeah. So I've been competing in all types of martial arts since I was 5 years old. Since I started, from white belt, there's the white belt divisions, or beginner divisions, and I started each division. And I continued to grow, and I got higher divisions and harder age groups and stuff. So I've competed in everything: Dutch style kickboxing, K1 style kickboxing, Muay Thai kickboxing, MMA, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, weapons, katas, so taekwondo, collegiate level. So I've trained just about all types of martial arts, anything that has to do with like a sport in martial arts, I've done. Even like weapons fighting, like stick fighting, and you
Yeah.
put on
Like
scream and
Filipino
stick.
martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. And you put on hockey gloves.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah, man, you beat the shit out of somebody
Yeah,
with those.
dude.
Yeah.
But you don't have like knee pads or like
Yeah.
a shin
Yeah,
pad.
yeah.
You're like, oh, you try not to cry. You know,
Right.
people get their nose broken and
Yeah.
stuff because you can still elbow someone. You got the whole thing on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But like all that kind of stuff, like I've competed in, and karate combat. By that time, like it was right now, because I work with a company, and not only do I fight with them, I also work on their marketing, sponsorship sides, talent recruitment, putting together cards in the background. So like right now we're like going on year 6 or 7. It's a very new company, new organization, and we're the number 2 in the world now.
Yeah.
With over 200 plus million people worldwide in over 45, 55 countries. That's crazy. That's crazy within to be able to do that within 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And when I got on there, we're probably year like 4 or 5, and now we're like 6 or 7. And it was a different time because we also had a different president. President Awesome was just simply the Goat Shed coach. Like,
Okay.
because he's got his
Gotcha.
own gym.
Right. Yeah.
In Miami, very big viral gym.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know them.
Yeah, I
you
know exactly who it is.
Yeah, they're crazy guys, man. And I was fighting alongside, like my first fight, it was his first fight, his guy's first fight, Shazabe.
Okay.
Yeah, so the guy, like their star fighter that they're pushing real hard from Pakistan, like Shazabe, he's a monster, he's a beast, and his first fight was my first fight, karate combat, and Coach Awesome's first time coaching was there as well, and the whole Goat Shed crew was there. My niece came to come see me because she's like 11, so she's allowed to be there.
Yeah.
So she came to see my first fight. My brother-in-law, my sister that lived in Miami at the time, and their friends and family came to come watch. So as I'm like, and I was the first fight of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was first fight of the night. I sent in my application. They called me back. They liked everything I sent. The way I looked and spoke and stuff. They checked out my Instagram. Like, okay, he at least give this guy a shot. He's marketable.
Yeah.
And I put on, all my credentials and my masters and people who I've trained with and things I've done. And I've done a lot of media too, so that, that helped me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got in there and, they gave me the shot. And then I had a dogfight, man. But back to my knees and Goat Shed. Like after my fight, it was a crazy fight. There, I'm walking my sister out, and then we come back in, and then there's chairs flying. Literally, chairs are flying. My niece just missed it. The Goat Shed guys were screaming at their other opponents, and they're throwing water balls. And then the French guys got chairs and threw them at them. Like, it was wild, you know. And then like a few fights later, I'm doing media and stuff like that, and then this year is his first year as president. So January of this 24 was his first year as running the karate combat, and it's been awesome. It's been a crazy wild ride, seeing it like how it was before to where he is, like to when he got it in power to do all the way he does it, run the company, and then to where we are now, closing the year off. We just invaded Bangkok.
Cool.
And declared war against ONE FC. So
really,
yeah, because the karate combat likes to think that they have the best strikers. Of course, ONE FC likes to think that they have the best strikers.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of things that's beyond just even fights, just like the contracts, business, the managements of how the promotions deal with their fighters. And karate combat, I have to say, man, is awesome. I've been at every single promotion, dealt in the behind the scenes contract negotiations. Pay, all kinds of stuff from UFC to ONE FC fighters to karate combat fighters, Bellator, PFL to locals, and and when you're just starting out, I've seen it all from all levels, and karate combat really is awesome, man. It's a really great, fun organization. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like you're playing in a video game,
right.
I
didn't realize it was that old. I thought like it was fairly new. I mean, 5 or 6 years is kind of fairly new in the MMA fight scene, I guess, but I didn't realize that it had 5 or 6 years of a come up, basically, because I've seen President Awesome's gym on Instagram, and I follow some of his guys and stuff. And like you said, there are a bunch of animals out there.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that karate combat was still kind of a thing until he took it over. I thought it was his actual idea, and then he was like, "Oh, cool, let's run with it," and then it just blew up because of his social media presence and all that stuff.
Well,
But,
good.
yeah.
I mean, good for him. That's what he would love, and anyone would love to think is that with that kind of promotion that maybe he would come up with that concept. But no, he was just simply a coach My debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he was simply the coach of Go Shit on that day, and then he was helping out with the organization. He got the opportunity to whenever they're switching things in the company, and he took advantage. And I think there was the promotion has been way greater for it. He's brought in crazy names, crazy influencers. Patrick Bet-David was just in our last one in Miami. We had
Rafael Deturn was on there. Yeah.
yeah. Then with a crazy knockout.
Yeah.
That was nuts, right?
Yeah. It was so crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then mine, and when I fought, I was on the main card. I went for my first fight, Karate Combat, right? To being on the first fight, of the night, dog fight, sudden death match. I win, take this guy out, a Canadian, in front of GSP, and he came out with the GSP headband. And I Superman punched his ass. Oh, that's for you, GSP, and F you, Canada. So that was my first fight. And then second fight, I go to main event on the press conference and all that kind of stuff. Like straight up, boom, right. Elevator, no stairs, boom, right there.
Right.
Yeah, but that's also because I like to talk. It's fun for me being on the mic. I love the banter back and forth, like playing Madden. You'd rather fight me and hear me talk trash than play Madden and me talk trash.
Right.
Because I'll just you sitting right next to me, I'm just gonna destroy you. And then if you want to fight, I'll still beat you up.
Right, yeah.
So it just. I love to torture people like that, and it's fun. And then what are you gonna do about it? Like, okay, come do something about it. I'm here for that, And they're like, damn it, I still can't shut this guy up,
Exactly.
And then if you beat me up, but you're still ugly, You know what I'm saying?
You may have won the battle, but I won the war.
Yeah. So it's just that's what I love fighting in all all aspects of it,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why do you fight?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
I've gotten so many answers from guys, even in private conversations or on the mic or whatever. And most of them are like, oh, because I want to prove to myself about this, that, the other thing, or I want to set an example for my sons or something like that, or it's a personal challenge, but everyone's different, which is why I like to ask the question. So what's yours? What's your reason?
I've asked myself this many, many, many times because I've been doing martial arts since I was 5.
Yeah.
So I'm a true martial artist, through and through. I'm a fanatic. I'm a lifelong practitioner, which is why I've been able to obtain the rank of master at a young age, versus doing it when I'm old and stuff. But to fight is something different. There's a lot of sacrifice on the line, time, relationships, money opportunities, career and other life path, other opportunities. But for me, I never was able to answer, which is more important, I think, is to answer why I should not fight. Because it's just something that comes out of me. It's something that my body needs, my mind needs, my soul needs. And I've learned to accept that it's part of me and who I am. It might not be for my students. They might be able to fight. They might be great fighters. They might be able to be a champion, and they have the skill and ability to become a champion, but maybe it's not in them to be a fighting champion. And I'm not saying that I care to be a fighting champion, but I care, but it's in my longing, it's in my DNA. It seeks, my being, seeks this type of thing
validation.
Out. Not validation. I don't need validation. I'm only here to impress myself.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's get this very clear.
Yeah.
You
don't need validation from other people, but it's like self assurance,
It's not even self assurance. I'm very martial arts gives me that. My the way I look. I like the way I look in the mirror. I look, I woke up and I'm very. Oh, look, you are handsome. You are awesome.
Right.
I feel very great about that. So it's not a lack of confidence. It's not confidence I need. That's what I'm saying. It's this thing that it consumes me if I'm not training, if I'm not having this grind, if I'm just taking it easy. And I think that's what it is. Fighting is the hardest thing that one can do.
Absolutely.
I believe the absolute hardest thing. Let's just strip it. Let's strip it all down. Money is only people want money just to impress someone else, to keep up with someone else, to be in this type of circle, to have this type of lifestyle. But if you strip us all down, we're just back to a nuke happened, or we're in caveman days. Where money doesn't matter, car doesn't matter, so materialistic things don't matter. It only comes down to survival of the fittest,
Yeah.
And some people's meter for that or gas tank for that needs to be fueled more than others. You know what I mean? It moves it differently for everyone, like you say.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting that's motivated. My reasons to fight are not motivated by money. It's not motivated for like to fill a hole in something, you know. It's literally I fight because it's what I believe I was made to do, and part of who I am. And actually, I've been fighting to not fight. I don't like necessarily want to, but like if I don't, I die in the inside.
Yeah.
And I'm not finished yet with this in my life. And one day I will be. I will never ever think about fighting or cutting weight or training or ever like again. And you know, but right now it's still in me, and I still have a lot to give out. And do I have a lot of fights? Will I have a lot of fights? Maybe, maybe not. But to me, it's not about how many fights I have. It's about the fights that I'm like. Every fight that I've ever had is like physical manifestation of what I was going through in life at that time. So, like,
that's a very interesting take. I've never actually heard someone say that. I like that.
Yeah,
that's
well,
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's the difference. It's like I'm
Yeah.
not here for money and competition. I'm not here to prove that. You know, I'm here to like, well, life is whooping my ass. Your life is putting me through this. Okay, now it's in this physical form, and I get to beat the shit out of life.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's a very unique perspective. I like that because I mean, you do, you do train with all the extra shit going on in life, and then I feel like for me, training is like your way to kind of like silence it for X amount of hours or however long.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand what you mean because I mean, you hang on to this sometimes still,
Yeah.
and so to be able to compete and release it on a physical body instead of like a bag or mitts or something like that.
Yeah, and like how many times have you rolled or trained with a partner and you have it like, man, I just mangle this person right now. Like he don't deserve it. He's not going through. He ain't caused this bad day. Like I'm just being a bad partner at this point, or a bad gym member at this point, right? You as a coach, you don't want to just like, all right, man, y'all all run a sprint set, you know? Like what the heck? Like do it, you know? Shut up, you know? So it's like that's not cool as a coach, right? And especially when you're like a pro fighter, and like, hey, today is like hard sparring. Like, yeah, who's gonna get it today? Like, just because like you want to like whoop someone today?
Yeah, I know.
You know, like I actually like those kind of days. Whenever I would work with like teams and like, you know, for camps and stuff like that, if I was having that type of day where I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, you know, I'm just gonna come and like, I'm taking someone out today.
Yeah.
All right. And all they're like, oh yeah, man. So like last night was cool. Like Call of Duty tonight. Oh yeah. I'm just like, you know, and everyone's just like that, you know, like Baptist, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm like, dude, just like, come on, man, just like go hit the bag, like go hit the bag. I'm telling myself that I'm the hothead student, I'm the sensei telling the hothead student go hit the bag before I get to tell my before the real the moment happens. Someone's gonna have to tell me go hit a bag, you know, so that's how I feel sometimes, you know, and I think that not a lot of people are here and feel the same way. Like when I'm gonna fight you and you sign the contract, like I look at you different.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not that like I have this like personal vendetta or personal like a beef or something. It's like literally you agreed and you're willing on this paper according. Like I cannot sue anybody if you kill me. Like it's not an accident.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. Like you are willing to take my life. Like if I die, like he dies. That's what you have to. That's exactly what you're saying by signing this contract. So by you signing this contract, now I'm signing this contract because I'm going to kill you.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like you're trying to kill me, but I'm going to kill you. And my whole mission here, thank God for signing that contract, because my whole mission is simply just to eat your face in front of everyone. You know, so they can all watch a freak show. And that's the only reason why I'm here, because I don't need a family. I got a beautiful family. I got 2 kids and 1 on the way.
Nice.
You know?
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm not. Thank you so much. And I'm not just you know, a single dad either. I got a beautiful wife. We're happily married, you know, with a growing family and business, and our relationship's awesome. You know, I have everything I ever needed. God's blessed me so much with close friends and beautiful business and a career I love. So why do I fight? It's to rip your face off. Like that's the only reason. You know. And does that sound horrific, terrible, like vile? You know. Well, guess what? Yes. Like this is exactly what I'm here for.
It's primal, though. It's a primal instinct. You know?
And I'm not afraid to. I used to be like like try to hide that, trying to be like the hero, try to be like the good guy, like the Captain America or Superman.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm Batman, dude. You know, I'm Batman.
I love
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
and like I'm not Goku, I'm Vegeta, dude. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
I got a Saiyan pride about me. You know, and I get to prove that. I get to release that and get to who I truly am inside of myself. You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I hide that from myself. Like Mike Tyson would talk about, I related so much, and I think a lot of people can relate to him, even if you're not a fighter. And the fact that he misses who he used to be,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And when I was a young kid, like, you know, Donovan, he's like 24, young kid. My
Mhm.
brother's 23, 24. You know, all my guys, they're growing up now. And then we have like teenagers on the way. But when I was young, I was just going hard all the time. I was looking for any kind of
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
I was ready to fight at the bar. I was ready to fight on the street. I was ready to fight your grandma. I don't care who it was, dude.
Right, yeah.
I was just trying to like, and that time in my
Yeah.
life, it was the validation, trying to prove
Right.
all those things that we did talk about,
Yeah.
right? And at that time, yes, that's what it was for. That's what I was looking for, fighting for. But what I do it now, I have everything in my life. It's not simply about that. It's just that I love to do this stuff, man. I love to do it, and what it is not nice at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't play fighting.
No.
Just like you play football, basketball, baseball. You can't do that with this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally different. There's a lot more at stake when you're getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
You know. What does your wife think about this?
Oh.
Does she like you fighting or does she hate it?
Well, she doesn't like the time away, the training,
Yeah.
the absence, you know, and it really becomes like that, especially when you're in camp after camp after camp, and
Right.
people like back out and you get ready for this guy and they backs out, get ready for this guy, and then you just continue on this camp. There's no rest ever. It's kind of like a big Spartan campaign when they're taking over all these guys. You just like, you know, all that absence. You're out there kicking butt training, you know. So, but she's been support since the very start. But I've also been very, very honest, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and I've always been like bachelor my whole life because, you know, having a girlfriend just a distraction.
Yeah.
Having a girlfriend and relationship takes away from your time in training because you have to give time in training to be a champion. Then you're gonna be single again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
And
exactly,
if you
yeah.
find the one that you like, then you're a loser. You know.
Yeah.
And like it's like, what do you do? You know.
Right.
And then it's like I always used to play for all the girls all the time, even for my wife now for a long time. You know.
Yeah.
The Brad Pitt song,
Oh.
and I'm gonna miss her.
Yeah,
You know, when he
yeah,
goes fishing, she's like, "Is it me or fishing?" He's like, "Oh, looky here, I got a bite." You know, like whatever. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, and to be honest, I think that my wife was respecting me for if she saw that this was going nowhere and I was like gonna be a nobody, I was just a bum. I was like, I'm gonna be a fighter one day, and I'm like not fighting, and I'm not like training my ass off. I'm not making weight, and I'm just coming in here just being a hobby, just trying to be with the boys, and like misspending money. We're doing stupid stuff. Like we're not going nowhere. Any smart person, like whether you're guy or girl, is gonna be like, hey man, this. I'm wasting my life with this person.
Right.
You know, this person not going anywhere. I want to build something with this person. I want to grow with this person. I'm not evolving, and he's like they're holding me back. So I feel like if she felt like that, then she wouldn't be here 8 years later.
Yeah. No.
You know, with 33 kids deep, like pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop. You know.
Yeah.
So, but we've both grown so much. You know, like I've grown so much because of her. She's taught me so much about myself. She's been like the greatest partner and support system that I've had throughout this whole journey, you know, because, you know, of course I've been doing this my whole life, but I told her, hey, why did you, all the girls, $1 million question, why are you single? Like, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do you not have a girlfriend? Like, because y'all on maintenance, you know, y'all take a lot of my life, you know, and none of them have been captivating, you know, like, you're hot, you're cool, you're fun. But that's not life.
Right.
Hot, cool, and fun. Because you're not going to be hot your whole life.
Right.
No matter
Right,
no matter how much I love you or don't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So
The realist comes out.
that's it. Yeah. And, you know, and guess what? Like, it's not going to be fun if we're not all the time. That's
Right.
for sure. You know what I'm saying? There's some times where my wife probably hates me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure mine does too.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Hey, man, how you doing? Like,
What have I done?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what? And like, oh, I know what, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you always know what, right?
Right.
And then sometimes you're just like, no, this woman's just crazy. Like, I can't handle it. And right now, like, she's pregnant again. So it's just like, what a big wave
Yeah.
of, do you have kids?
I don't know.
No? Oh, man, well, like, they'll change your life. She'll literally change your life.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but they've been the biggest blessing. And plus, I knew that. That's another thing, is that we weren't always married our whole time together. We've been married like 3 years now. Something like that, but we've been together for a long time. And then, But I knew that if something happened in the process, like where we, had a kid or something like that, she's the one anyway. She's like a good mother. Like if we didn't work out, she'd be a good mother. And like a lot of guys don't go into relationships thinking about that, especially guys in the fight world. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like relationships can like make or break you as an athlete and as a businessman. Whatever you're trying to go after, like whatever your dream is, has to be sacrificed to to family whenever that happens. You know. And the good thing is that my wife Julia, she's been with me, through and through, seeing the lowest of the lows. The most, where come on, it's just time to give it up. And you know what? How about you you never quit on nothing. You stick in it, just do it again, try it again. Blah blah. I'm like, what?
I love that though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's how a relationship should be. That's a healthy marriage right there.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome, bro.
And it's like, just like training, right? Like you're never gonna get good at fighting unless you're getting in there and rolling. And every time you roll, you're gonna crack your neck. You're gonna hurt your toe.
Something's gonna happen.
Still
to you.
gonna happen, man. You're to get good at checking kicks, catching kicks.
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
gotta kick you.
Yeah.
So
gonna
you gotta
get
throw
hit.
that kick, and
Yeah.
then I tell these people, hey, throw a realistic kick. We're not trying to knock you out in practice, but like keep each other honest.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like tapping somebody, but like, don't kill someone. But you need to give them something to work with.
Yeah.
Because like you check wrong in the fight, there goes your leg.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what it's like in a marriage too. It's work, man. It's work, and that's what I love about my wife, and I appreciate about her, is that she's always willing to work. She steps up in the business. And I'm like, hey, you're slacking here. Like I need your help here. Like this is where I'm at right now. Blah blah blah. Stepping up, with the kids. She's a super mom. She has my kids, okay? Like she got two of them back to back. Like she's 3 years old, 1.5, boy and girl, and they're nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are nuts, dude. And like sometimes I'm waking up in the middle of the night, like yada, I have to put them in sleeper hold sometimes, and just go to sleep,
Right.
It's just like, dude, they're crazy, but we love them so much, and we always talked about it too. Like one day, we're gonna be sleepless and like be miserable at each other, but life's gonna be hard. But we're gonna have these kids running around in our bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now we're here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that we got to see that. Just like hey, I'm gonna go pro one day. Hey, I'm gonna open up this gym one day. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna do that? I don't know, but we're gonna do it, and we did it. We're still here.
Yeah.
And she's
thriving.
She's the one who puts up all the decorations at the dojo. She's the one who's signing everyone. And she's the face. She's a pretty face that you walk in signing with. You sign your waiver. She's the one who's closing people. She's even grown so much as a momtrepreneur, they call it these days.
Momtrepreneur.
A momtrepreneur. Yeah, that's what that's all the moms are doing, who are business women and stuff, who are married to an entrepreneur, and they're always helping out. That's what she's learn how to do, and she's grown so much in the business, and she just got her real estate license as well.
Awesome.
She's super smart.
Awesome.
So I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of her, and I'm very happy and lucky to be her husband.
How does it work whenever you are training and she's got the kids who are running around wild? How do you manage your time to be a good dad, husband, but also train, fight, compete, go to this will, which is a different will than this will.
Oh yeah.
How do you manage that?
Well, I call it the switch, man. You gotta be able to flip a switch. Like when we leave this room, you're flipping a switch, and all this is shutting down.
Yeah.
So when it's on, it's on, and when it's off, it's off. And when I'm with my kids, I'm with my kids, and that's what I have to mentally practice, and that's hard. It's hard to be present. It's hard. It's very hard to be present because you're thinking about the future and what's happening, and then you're like, oh man, the past is creeping on me because I should have saved money. I should have spent more wisely. I shouldn't have talked to that person because now look at me, they're coming back to hit me, or you know what, I should have done what I said I was gonna do back then because now it's too late. I'm running out of time, and that kind of stuff, that teeter-totter. So instead of being here in the moment, enjoying your wife, enjoying your kid, enjoying that moment, you're thinking about the past or the future, and that can be a downward spiral. So you have to be able to hone all that stuff in, and having that kind of partner, having this kind of family is able, it helps that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Changing topics a little bit here. We're going to talk about your gym and how you got started with that, and I'm assuming you coach there predominantly. You're the head coach predominantly there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what's the schedule like? What do you guys do? Is it Monday through Sunday, Monday through Saturday?
We have Monday through Saturday, We have morning classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we have Saturday morning 9 to 10. That's open and free for the community. Actually, we have this free community boot camp.
Oh,
So
that's
anyone,
cool.
moms, kids, if you can drive, if you can make it, you can be a participate from 9 to 10. And then we have MMA, Jiu-Jitsu 10 to 11, and those are our classes. Unless we have private lessons, semi-private, stuff like that.
Right.
But throughout the week, we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11:30 to 12:30. It's usually like more advanced pro class. We were doing more sparring, more advanced techniques. Those are the guys who are cutting weight, have stuff coming up. And then the evening time, we have the kids classes, 5 to 5:30, which we're packing out and we're promoting more these days. We have the 5:45 to 6:30 kids class, which is like we have a waiting list on that now from Monday through Friday. And then we have the adults 6:30, 7:30, 7:30 to 8:30, and then we're done for right now.
Nice.
So those are our schedules, and we're pretty much almost packed out of our adults as well. Like,
Wow.
we're almost on waiting lists with at least for Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So for the pro fighters and the guys training there to fight, would you consider yourself more of like a striking school or like an all around MMA school?
We're 100% a striking academy. We're like, everyone knows us as strikers. So the way you beat House of Dragons.
Listen up, everybody. Here you go.
Listen up. Here's a big secret, guys.
Yeah.
Take them down.
Yeah.
Just go grab them and hold them. Go wrestle them down. So you can wrestle them down. We can grab them. We can hold them. We can beat them. Try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like we like to wrestle too. We train all things too, but our specialty is in like whooping your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't like to play touch butt a lot.
Playing some touch ball with some dork in the park.
I know, man. I know. He's just like, and like even Sid by Marco, like this past year, he even went out for the Elevate Jiu-Jitsu title. They gave him the opportunity, and he was like, "Hey man, like, should I do this?" I'm like, "Well, you got the kickboxing title. He just won the MMA title. Then he had the kickboxing title in the works, and this one just popped up. I'm like, hey man, just do it. Like it's whatever. Like this is not what we do. We're not like butt scooters. We're not gonna be sitting down and doing BJJ and call it a fight when you're doing BJJ. That's gay, dude. Like we're not gonna do that. Dude, that's so lame. I hate that.
I'm gonna tag Mike Torres in this just so you're aware.
Oh, we love Mike Torres. Dude, my guys go train there. I send my guys
I
there.
know, I train there too.
Okay. So you've been seeing the guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like don't be saying you're fighting and you can't throw a punch. Don't be saying you're fighting and I can't knee you in the teeth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah,
just call it a match. We're good.
Yeah, like boxing is boxing. Like you're a great boxer, but if I can't kick you in the calf, then we're not fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just these things.
Yeah. And like wrestling, you're wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Fencing, like, dude, I'm the ultimate. They're like, no, we're fencing here. But like that anyway. That's what I'm saying is we're striking academy. But I believe in self-defense. Like, what happens if my kid goes and fights one of those bus scooters at school? Like, okay, guess what we do? Soccer kick him. First line of defense. If a kid sits down and he starts going like this to you, like, just run a soccer kick the crap out of him, dude. Like, that's number one. And then if he grabs your ankle, you just, just try to squeal out of there. And then just get out of there, dude. You can see you're done. But we train a lot of wrestling. Like our inner tournament, we had a pin wrestling. So our kids right now, we're starting first just on the knees, and then we start with the 50-50 like Muay Thai clinch.
Okay, cool.
So then you're practicing the clinch, correct? Because everyone's familiar with the striking, the clinching, and Muay Thai that we do. So then we put it to our knees, so no one's like getting slammed. So they focus on actually like trickling down, grabbing a hip, turning instead of like lifting and slamming.
Gotcha.
Some kids are stronger than others, but more like wrestling and jiu-jitsu is not about being strong. It's about having the angles and the positions and the leverage and weight distribution and understanding those concepts. So that's how we start. And then we do karate combat, or at least I do karate combat. And I'm trying, and that's like another path for my guys to soon be there. Donovan's going there next month.
I talked to Mark about that not too long ago. He was like, "Yeah, once I get one more fight, I'm gonna try and go to karate combat too." So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for him. But that is a future path for our guys. Is karate combat, and we're gonna be taking our first guy. That's not me. That's what I'm very proud of. Is that I'm not gonna fight this time. I'm taking one over the Dragons there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the statements we're making too as an organization. So I'm really happy about that. But we're strikers, and in karate combat, there's takedowns. Yeah. So my last fight, he took me down once. I stuffed the other two, but he got one takedown. And it wasn't even necessarily a takedown. It was just I kicked it. He kind of caught the kick and pushed me back, and I hopped a little back, and took advantage. Like, man, this guy's strong.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, what the heck? All right, whatever. I'm gonna get back up. Like, no, I'm not getting back up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, get off me, dude.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, so it was MMA. I would have been in way more trouble. Thank God, And the strategy is different too. Like, you don't necessarily want to have to wrestle and scramble and get back up. You might in the rule set of karate combat, it's better just to tie up and let the ref stand you up.
Yeah.
Because you know how tiring it is to.
Yeah.
If you roll, if you go and roll at Torch Jiu-Jitsu, you know how when you guys are going live, it's so much of it's so much energy, dude.
Yeah.
And then right,
Yeah, you better just wrap them up.
yeah,
and
just wrap them up, and then but they'll go tag. I'm like ref. He's like, and it's in the back of the freaking head, ref. Like that. So finally, like he stands us up, But you have to be ready for those kind of things. You have to be ready for those moments, right? And then like you go look at the stats, it was controversial. That's what my fight with this past year in Universal Studios, which I love. Like I fought there because they said Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm in. Give me. I don't care who it is. Like, you want to fight this guy? I'm like, I'll whoop his ass. I want to fight there. So when I take my kids, like Papa fought there.
Yeah.
Or, it was in that law. They were making this movie over there. That roller coaster was shut down. They were building that stuff, and I was fighting right there.
Right.
It was awesome, man. So that's what this life is about. Is just the experience. It's just having fun, doing what you want to be doing, win, lose, or draw, getting out there and going down swinging. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And that's what we do in House Drag. That's what we throw down, man. We went 9-0 this year.
Yeah.
9-0. And like, yeah, okay, people can say, technicality, like I lost to that guy, but I whooped his ass, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Exactly. Again, you won the war.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just look at the stats too on that fight.
Yeah.
The stats. And,
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's who Donovan's gonna be fighting. Donovan's gonna be fighting that guy.
No, Ray.
Yeah. So that's the best. So cats on the back. Like if this fight don't happen, because Luis Melendez and Anthony Pettis team on all those freaking guys over there, like they didn't sign the contract. That's the only reason why this shit don't work. Because we said yes,
Yeah.
we accepted, we're ready. We're waiting for them, and we haven't heard back. It has been a while, so we'll see. And this dude's over here traveling, posting that he's over here, he's over there. You better be motherfucking training.
You better go like this.
Yeah. You better be training. Whatever you're doing,
Donovan's
you better.
no slouch, man. He's good.
No, and we're like fully prepared. We're
Yeah.
fully prepared. Like, I don't need a rematch for this guy. Number one, he told me he didn't want a rematch. After the fight, he comes back in the background. Donovan already got kicked out. He already got kicked out. He got choked out. They woke him up, sent him out there. So now, they had to send him out. And then I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was like looking for my wife because she was right there ringside. And
Yeah.
and I didn't want to have to, her in the middle of this whole crazy fiasco. So I'm getting there changing. My brother's looking for me in the back. I got my cousins and friends who came all the way to come see me and stuff. I got a bunch of fans waiting for me outside. Everyone was trying to take pictures. And it's great. Like, You crazy. Oh, that was crazy. Wild vibe, blah, blah, blah. You won that shit, blah, blah, blah. So it was wild. And then I see this fool Luis in the back, and then all of a sudden the security because he's like dead on the golf cart. I'm like walking with my wife, and he's just like dead on the golf cart. He's like, and then all of a sudden I walk in the back, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, here he comes!" Like, I'm like, "Oh wait, dude, wait, chill out." And he's like, "Man, like let him come over here." So we went over and talked to Dow. He's a good guy, but we gotta whoop his ass. So it is what it is.
You got
yeah. Business is business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So
nothing personal. This is just business.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to whoop your ass, and
Yeah.
it's now that it's good that Donovan's in there. It's a whole fiasco.
Yeah.
He was the one that he flipped off Donovan. Donovan was flipping him back off. He didn't want shit. He didn't want a rematch with me.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He told me that afterwards. Hey, bro, no rematch. I was like,
Dang, man.
yeah, I was like, this fucking guy. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, like, whatever. I will whoop your ass already. I'm not gonna rematch you on that principle alone.
Right.
He's like, if we have to fight, I need to get paid way more. I'm like, hell yeah. Then fighting,
too. Yeah.
Fight, we both do.
Right.
Yeah, but like fighting me, bro, you're going through some shit. You're gonna fight me, like your ass is gonna get melted. Like no matter what, I'm melting you, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna come do. I'm gonna bite you in your face. I'll kick you in your nuts. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna legal shot you in every which way, dude. I'm gonna eye poke you on purpose and like this. I'm like here, wow, right there, dude. So like when you deal with Will Esparza in a fight, dude, I'm a Mexican, not a Mexican.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'll come out with Mexican judo, dude. Judo know I got a knife. Judo know I got a gun. I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you. But yeah, man, it's fun. Fight game's fun. Dom is coming out there. I'm glad to to bring more people on. This is a good little fight that's gonna happen. Dom's gonna make his appearance in Karate Combat. We turned his record around. He was 0-2 training under the previous team he was with and under the previous coach, and he was really just kind of overshadowed, you know. And I know that because I know those guys, and I know how the team runs, how the trainings run, and he's just like didn't get that much of attention. And now the shift with us that, you know, we're a tight knit group or small group because I want to give my guys a lot of attention and work through their tactics and their mindset, their framework, the person, their character. And that's what elevates all these guys. That's why they're winning, because like I work not only on their technique, they kind of work with each other at this point.
Yeah.
They're doing pads with each other. They're doing little like workouts for each other. I'm not there for that. I'm not there to hold your pads. I'm not there to, you know, hold your hand and to like make sure you're doing your bag work, road work. I'm there to build your mind. I'm there to build your strategy. How are we going to break this guy down systematically? This is what I see. This is what your abilities are. This is your weakness. This is how he's going to beat you. This is, if I was his coach, this is how I'm breaking you down. Now this is how we're going to break him down. And the good thing about Luis is that I already beat his ass, and I was like, you know,
you already know what to do.
I already know what to do, you know. Rewatching my fights, that fight against him, like, God dang, dude, like, why didn't I stick to my own strategy?
Right.
Like, I need to stick to like what I was doing, more of this and more of that. And I was like, man, I planned for this, and it was right there. Like, I just got lost in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what happens, especially at that level. That's like the difference.
I mean, you can armchair quarterback it once you see the film all day, but like when you're in the moment, it's way different.
Well, yeah, it's way different. And obviously, if you've watched any of my fights, and like we're both dogs higher at the end. At the end, because like I make them fight me. It's like my style. It's like I know I'm gonna be tired. I know this is gonna suck, but like they don't know this.
Right? Yeah. I know what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They train for this. They like prepare for if this were to happen. But no one actually fights like that. No one throws like video game numbers like me.
Right.
Like I'm like the whole time I'm like coming.
Butt mashing.
Yeah. I'm like, my brain is like, X. I'm like, spam. You know, I look like the Mortal Kombat guy just like hitting you. So that's what I'm saying. That's how I'm fighting, you know? And I like that. It pumps me up because I know that there's a point where I'm like, oh man, this is where it's coming. This is where it starts getting hot, is what I call it. It starts getting hot in there. Where you're like, oh man, my legs are getting heavy. Like I'm running out of gas. Like, oh my God. And you start second guessing everything. And then all of a sudden, you just see it in their eyes, like they're feeling that same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're not ready for this.
Yeah.
They're not ready for this heat.
I am.
Yeah, and I'm like getting tired, and I see them getting more tired, and then I'm getting more pumped.
Yeah.
You know? So then, like, that's where, like, they hit me, and, like, and then it's just, like, rolling off. It's just, like, rolling off. I'm like, yeah. Like, you're dying, and I'm, like, pumping up. So, like, you better kill me quick. That's the only way you can beat Will Esparza, really, is, like, by knocking me out ASAP. And he almost did it. Yeah, he almost
had the game plan down.
Like, you should have killed me when you had the chance, you know? And he tried. He couldn't do it. Spinning back fist bow. I actually had nightmares about that happening to me.
Oh, wow.
And it happened to me. That's the crazy part. Like, the nightmare was that. It was I got caught with some crazy, flashy move. And he wasn't beating me up. He wasn't hurting me.
Just got clipped.
I just got clipped and just shut me down. And the nightmare was he put me out. Like, it was fight over. That was the nightmare. So when it happened to me in real time and he clipped me with some flashy stuff, I fell. But I woke back up because like it didn't hurt. That one didn't hurt. He hit me with a few shots, and I've been hit with some shots that really hurt. And this guy didn't really hurt me at all in that fight. He hit me with some stuff that, okay, I felt that, that one was kind of like, oh, man, like, keep your hands back up.
Yeah.
But nothing where it's like, oh, my gosh, like, that thing's painful. I can't stop, right? And, like, I had a poker face or anything. This one touched me, and I was like,
just shut the lights off for a second.
Transported. I was like, wait, where am I? Pow, pow, pow. I'm like, oh, shit, you know? And that's never happened to me. I've never been dropped before. I've never been put to sleep before. I've never been really rocked and like where I'm like having to survive it out. Luckily, it just, you know, maybe my Mexican genes. It's like, you know, those
go forwards no matter what.
Yeah, those, you know, the Mexicans, like, I don't know about like Mexican fighters, Mexicans, not Latino fighters, but Mexican fighters have that in them.
Yeah.
Because he's Latino too, but he's not Mexican, he's Puerto Rican. I forget those guys. You know? They're not tough like us, you know? So that's what I'm saying, you know? And then it's like the Thais, they have that too.
Oh, dude.
The Thais are like, you know, like they're like the Asian Mexicans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just go, attack, and then I was like, attack, pow, you know, finish you, and then they come at you, like, and then like you're tired of beating them up, and they're still there in your face, and they just come and start slicing you up, beating you up, clinching you, throwing you, and that's kind of like how I like to drown you. So I tell the guys we're gonna drown these fools. You know, we're coming out there and literally just like get the
Just push them under the water.
Right there. Just keep the head in the water.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what we're doing to these guys. And that's with the volume. That's with the being in your face, the constant pressure. Because if you're in ability for me to hit you, I'm hitting you. And that's what we like to be. We don't want to be
Right.
the whole time. And there's a lot of setups and there's a lot of tactics in between that dead time that we call it. But
Setting traps and
setting
whatnot.
traps and stuff like that. But what we don't practice is like taking it easy. Like we're pushing the fight every fight.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we train. That's what we like. That's what we want. We want a gunfight. We want a gunfire, like back and forth, back and forth.
Sometimes it's hard to deal with people like that too. As your opponent, like you hit a guy, you cracked some dude with something, and he's like, all right, cool. And they step forward, you're like, damn, dude, I just hit this dude with a hard shot. He didn't do shit. He's he's kept a few steps forward. He didn't even take a step back.
Yeah.
As the opponent, you're like, oh no, I've made a grave mistake.
And that is that's that mindset. Like, how's that gonna work? Think about this. You're gonna punch that dude, right, with like a good shot. You know that landed.
Yeah.
You saw his whole head crack
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
He ate it.
yeah,
And you know that was good.
yeah,
But he's walking forward, and that scares you.
yeah.
And then that makes your like adrenaline
It
flow in a different way negatively, where it's not like, well, you just cracked him.
yeah.
How about you just take another step back and crack him again?
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of freaking out, it worked.
Yeah.
Think of it that way. That's the mindset. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
But as an opponent, like I'm sure if they don't know how to do that, like hit him. Let me take a small step back. I'm gonna hit him again. You know, the confidence level decreases significantly.
that's the whole reason of like the walk down and like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat your stuff because like no matter
Yeah.
what you're like, and that happened to my guy Luis, and he's like supposed to be the next champion. You know, like he's projected to be the next karate combat champion of the weight class. So whenever he wins, I'm like, no, you're welcome, guys. Like, you know, you know, I whooped his ass, you know. So I let him have it, man. Congrats, he's young. Like, let him have it. Like, let him have his like championship career. Like, I'm a family man. Like I said, I'm not here for the belt. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for fame. I'm here just to whoop ass.
Right.
You know, and that helps me like go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know, knowing I have someone's to like destroy. You know,
Right.
And I like it, and it wakes me up in the morning knowing that someone's out here seeking to destroy me, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let that shit happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that pumps me up. And like that's what keeps me fighting. That's what keeps me active. And then like I fight through my guys too. Knowing that like, hey man, you're not gonna mess with my guy over here. You know, I'm gonna outcoach you. You know, our team's gonna prepare our guy better than your guys are. You guys are slacking over there. You guys
Yeah.
are thinking that this is cool. You guys are just here because like you guys got nothing else to do. You got nothing else going for you. My guys got families. My guys got careers. My guys got a life happening, and we're whooping your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This all you're doing, and you're getting your ass whooped.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better change your team. You better change your coach. You better come train with the House of Dragons. You know, because we're gonna get you careers, man. We're gonna set you up to have belts, to have champions. We're not here for fun, man.
Yeah.
We're not doing this for fun. That's what all the kids are. That's what all the kids are doing. That's what all the people at 630 class and beginners Muay Thai are doing. They're here for fun. They're here to be around this type of person and to train with and to take those types of disciplines and put that in their lives. But they're not here to fight. They're not here to go through this shit. We're not.
Right.
They're not here to eat your face. I'm here to eat your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they love that. They thrive off of that energy, right? And our guys need to be boosting that energy off in our dojo. That's why our moms are hardcore. Our moms train, and like a lot of our kids' parents train with us. Like
That's awesome.
the ratio of that. Like I know you get that in every gym,
Yeah.
but like the ratio that we have, like almost every kid has their parents training, or mom or dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes both. You know,
I
that's
feel like
amazing.
I mean, as a dad, I'm not a dad yet. I'm not. Anyways, not just yet. I feel like as a dad, if I did have kids who trained and I didn't, I would feel like, oh man, one of these days he's gonna be older, and the dad strength can only take me so far. You know, I better get in there and start learning how to do some of this stuff too, so he doesn't whoop my ass later on in life.
Oh man, like that's the funny part, dude. We've had like 3 dads sign up because of that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
saw their kid compete, and
Yeah.
like the tournament we had in the school like 2-3 weeks ago, and he's like, "Man, this kid's gonna be 15 one day." Hell no.
yeah,
You know?
right.
So he's like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna let my kid beat me. I'm gonna whoop my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my dad was sparring me like forever. Like, he was whooping my butt. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always had that fear of my dad. And still to this day, you know, like, you know, he's like the Godfather. They all call him the Don. You know, Don Guillermo.
The Don, I love it.
Yeah, when you meet him, you don't understand what I'm talking
All
about.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
He's just like the Godfather. Well, he carries himself that way. You know, he just hair slicked back. You know, old school mustache. The Don,
Yeah,
man.
hell
He's the
yeah.
Don. And like he taught me how to fight. Like, he really worked my mindset. We did these drills where we literally stared off and like we just faced off each other, like, you know, like able just to like look into your soul, you know, like you feel it.
Yeah,
See, I start smiling.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm imprinting myself
I
on
love
you.
it.
Yeah,
I love it.
And you felt that.
I did.
You felt
Yeah.
that
That was
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
maybe they didn't see that, but you
Yeah.
felt that here. And
I was like, man, he's really looking through me. Like, yeah.
And
I was trying, you know.
Yeah, I know you were, and that's why I kept, because I felt you.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
I felt you, because like I was just trying to give you an example, and then you locked with. I was like, no, hell no.
Yeah.
See? And that. You see that vibe,
Yeah.
that energy. Nothing was said except the one like my narration, but
Yeah.
like that we
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 yeah,
connected
yeah,
telepathically.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like it's just some Professor X shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. That energy is projected, and that's like a practice thing. My father taught me how to do that. It's called, he always called it, give him the look, man. All right, and in Rocky, you hear Mickey told him, give him that gnarl, give him that, make that ugly face, make that bad intention, right? And that's what it's like, yeah, that's what he got at. That's his bad intention, right?
Yeah.
And we love him for it, and we remember that scene for it.
Yeah.
But before I even knew that movie, what that movie was, like, since my father he trained me with him in the mindset. He always he built up my confidence, and humbled me, and like, disciplined me, and smacked me in the back of the head when I needed it. You know, like, hey, you ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? You better get to work. You better stop being lazy. You know, they're catching up to you, or you know, you want to get where you need to go, you better go and run faster. You know, don't be asking for, no one's gonna come save you. No one feels sorry for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what my dad always told me, man. Just like, no one's gonna come save you. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Like, whatever life sends your way, you're gonna face it. And you're gonna face it like a man. That's it. You know. So, I owe him everything. You know.
That's awesome.
Everything, man. Like, he even talked to me, and him and my brother talked me back into reopening up at HOD in 2020 whenever we did, and this is what catapulted us here.
Gotcha.
I was having a good balance of, because for my whole 20s, like Marco's age, my senpai Marco, all he does is fight, and that's awesome. I wish I had. He's got like 10, 11 fights, something like that. You know, like, what a great amateur career. You know, and we might stay here, just go for like the higher level, like, you know, the highest level tournaments and stuff like that before we make that leap to pro. But anyway, he's had a long, like, active, like, career, going for different belts, gained different belts, different promotions, fought for different promotions, different states. So, and all my guys are going through that. I didn't get through that because, like, I was never represented by a coach or somebody, but I'll fight anyone anywhere because I'm like, I know that guy. Oh, I know that coach.
Yeah.
But they know me. Like, I've trained with those guys
I whooped
before.
that guy's ass.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's who they're fighting. Hey, who needs someone dropped out? I'm in. Okay, you fight Will Sparks. Who's that? Who the fuck is that? You know?
Yeah.
He's gonna fight us. One time there's this guy, there's he 3-0. 3-0 in Muay Thai kickboxing. Yeah, at 205, I whoop his ass. I mean, I don't have to cut that much weight. All right, cool. I'm like drinking a beer. And I whoop his ass. You know? So then I cut some weight, you know, for a few, it was the last, like, second fight, like 2-3 weeks. So I cut the beer out, cut the fast food out for 2 to 3 weeks. And I got to 205, whatever. He ran a little bit. Dude backed out. He was 3-0. I was 0-0. Like, take the fight.
Yeah.
I'm 0-0. Like,
Right.
like this, they're feeding you.
Yeah.
You know? And they're like,
Per the paperwork, you should win.
yeah. Like, MMA math says,
Yeah.
like, odds are Vegas are betting for you, dude.
Right,
like, you
right.
know, like, bet the house on this guy. Like, come on. And they're like, nah, dude. Like, the guy, they're like, oh no, we'll check him out. You know, blah, blah, blah. No, he already said yes. What do you mean? We're 3-0. He already said yes. Like, yes. We're asking you. Do you confirm? And they're like, well, this guy's crazy. No. Like, you know, like, we beat this guy. He's like, okay, like, he just got another pattern on his record, and we lose to this guy. He's no, that looks bad for us.
Right.
So it's a lose to fight Will Esparza anywhere you look at it. And then it sounds like, fine, now I'm going to put a stamp on it, call myself House of Dragons. And then whoever else wants to follow me will become like who else, like they will grow that way organically. And now we're a big organization.
Yeah.
But like I had to like put a stamp on myself. So fine, if I'm gonna fight, someone's gonna be afraid of my symbol then, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're not even necessarily afraid of, like, they are afraid of me, but also my style. Because
Yeah.
if like they don't, like, I'm a karate guy and no one trains karate.
Right.
No one.
I'm not old school karate, you know.
Yeah,
full
not
contact.
yeah. Like I come from like point karate, you know, like point karate,
Yeah.
kick karate. That went into Kyokushin hard form, like no shin pads, like body conditioning all day, kicking each other all day karate, to putting in applying that to MMA and Muay and throwing some Muay Thai in there.
Yeah.
You know, like a Muay Thai practitioner is gonna say my Muay Thai is not Muay Thai. A karate guy is gonna say this is not truly karate. A boxer is gonna say that we're not like the best boxers, right? So, but
those are specific disciplines. You're talking MMA. It's a mixture.
yeah, I'm talking
You know?
about like a system. I'm not
Yeah.
coming up with a style.
Right.
I'm coming up with a system. I'm taking this boxing, these slips, this
Right.
footwork, putting this together with this type of movement, putting this together with this type of, and this is how I do it. Now you go ahead and if you can do this, great. If you can't do this, like work towards that.
Yeah.
Like right now we're in the big shit to karate. So right now, like all our guys who are maybe like intermediate, advanced Muay Thai are like super beginner doing karate moves right now. That like a green belt would be doing, or a yellow belt, or like a second, third level belt would be doing. But that's high. That's not. But just because like you're high level in this doesn't mean you're high level in that.
Absolutely.
You know, just because I
Yeah.
can wrestle doesn't mean I can shrimp correctly.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just because I can like take you down, do a great double leg and collegiate, or I can like Greco-Roman hip toss you or judo throw you, doesn't mean I can throw the best and most perfect arm bar or
Right.
triangle choke. So everything has this thing, right? You guys train all these different elements and stuff, and yeah, I believe that we have a striking system, not like a style. Our style would be karate, Muay Thai, karate. You know?
Yeah.
So that would be our style. But the way we approach and the way we attack and the way we execute is through our system.
Yeah.
You see that? And that's like the difference in the martial art mastery and levels and understanding and stuff, which is like we're introducing belts as well in 2025. So we have yet to have a belt ranking because I've been promoting Muay Thai. I've been promoting kickboxing. That's what people are searching for because they think karate's dead.
Yeah.
But karate's actually making a comeback thanks to people like President Awesome and Goat Shed and Karate Combat and the people who founded it and people like myself who make the most viral fights of karate combat history. You know.
Yeah. I will say that was a pretty. I saw that on an Instagram feed. I was just scrolling Instagram. I was like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I'll be a Dutch Bros or
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to like Starbucks or something. Like, you're the Karate Combat guy. Oh, you're the House of Dragon guy. I'm like, whoa, what's up? I'm like a local celeb, you know?
That's
like
awesome.
that's pretty cool,
Yeah.
man. You know? So like, hey, man, local celeb in 2024, maybe 2025, move it to B list.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go.
You'll see me in the back of the movie, like, fighting like Van Damme or something in
Right.
the background. You know, you'll see me in the next Steven Seagal movie that you won't see. You know, so that's actually like what I really want to do. I was on a movie by accident with Chael Sonnen, Rampage Jackson, and Cowboy Cerrone.
Really?
Yeah, I was Rampage Jackson's bodyguard. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Okay, I was doing a seminar in Vegas. It
The
was
A
at
team?
Huh?
Was it the A team?
No. It was this movie called Mojave Diamonds. It's a
Okay.
movie like like go watch it if you
gonna
like
watch it now.
if you're gonna go to
Yeah.
sleep, you know. like, at the very end of the movie, nothing else to do, watch that movie. But these movies I love them because they're just like there's B movies, man. These like really
Straight to DVD.
yeah, straight to DVD, straight to Blu-ray, straight to streaming, you know. And I was like crying. I was like, I'm on a movie set. Oh my god, this is like, oh my god, there's a trailer. It's like there's trailers. Like go to my trailer. Like, oh, I'm gonna see my trailer. Like I'm going to my trailer. Like there's the trailer. You know, that's where they're going. You know, it's a piece of shit trailer. You know, like that's the trailer. And then like I freeze my balls off. I'm just over here. It's like a cold, rainy Vegas, and like they bring like they're bringing like the gourmet for this. They bring like nice cucumbers and salads and sandwiches and burgers and all this stuff for them. And they're like, hey, here you go. Here's a Happy Meal. You know, like Happy Meal. They brought me a Happy Meal. I'm like eating this like bullshit ass McDonald's. You know?
I've made it.
Yeah, and then I'm sitting with all the rest of the extras, and they're like, gosh, they better not skip out on pay for me on this one. They better pay me on time, like I don't know, like last time these guys. I'm like, you guys been working with it before? Like, this is my first time. I'm like, what about you? Like, yeah, it's been 3 times and they're always late on pay. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, and what about you? Like, oh man, like I just moved here from LA and I'm in Vegas now, just trying to make my living. I'm like, all right. And then what about you? I'm like, Yeah, I'm a pro fighter. And like, oh, you're not even a real actor. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all, dude? Like, why we're on a movie set, guys. Like, this is freaking awesome.
I'm a real actor today.
Today I'm an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like they're like, and they look at me like, oh, extra. I'm like, dude, y'all are extras. You know what I'm saying?
We're all on the same boat here.
And the problem is that y'all are trying to be like Brad Pitt, and like y'all suck. You know? Like I'm here because this is awesome. You know?
Yeah.
So I see like Chael Sonnen walk by. I'm like, that's Chael Sonnen, and he's like, how you doing? I'm like, chill. And all of a sudden, and they're dressing me out. They put me on the set, and then okay, you're gonna be Rampage Jackson's bodyguard. So I'm like, okay, like
of all people,
yeah, he doesn't need a bodyguard.
Yeah.
He needs to be my bodyguard,
Right,
you know.
right.
So I see him, and he's really not that big. I actually like his we're kind of the same frame. Like he's wide load, you know, and he's like he's like eating more and stuff, but he's not like tall, like giant tall.
Yeah.
Like Tito Ortiz is like real tall.
Really?
Yeah, and then Chuck Liddell is real tall. But you know, Sean Strickland is pretty tall. You know. But like what's his name? Rampage probably like my size. You know, like he's just like thicker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he wasn't that much tall. He was taller than me, but not that much. I thought he was gonna like tower over me.
Yeah.
You know.
He looks tall.
Yeah, he looks tall and all that, and he fights. You know, and that's another thing. 205 is a crazy class because you could be like my size and fight 205, and you could be like 6'5", fight 205. You're like, nah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but like, just like feeling like Rampage when I dab him up and like, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Like, like you like his bone's different.
Yeah.
Like you grab his bone, like you grab his hand, it's different. You know,
it's thick.
Yeah, and then like in the Raw Tang, he's like the midget, right?
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah, he's super short, and like you hug him like this, and he's like a rock.
He's like a boulder.
Like a boulder. Yeah, exactly. Like just dense as fuck. I'm like, jeez, you know. And then like you touch it. Then I go to my next fight. And I'm like, dude, you get out of here, dude. Like we're all these guys, but see this, they're made different.
Yeah,
they're literally built different. Like literally, like they are built different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I could dab you up, and you can. I'm sure you can like lift heavy weights, and you can work out. Like you're not gonna feel like they did. Like even a bodybuilder is not gonna feel like them. And it's weird because like an Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilder won't feel the same as like a Rotang. He don't got no muscles.
Well, it's different because like they're actively hitting things and like they're checking kicks or blocking kicks or whatever, so their bones are getting hit.
Calcified.
Yeah, calcified. But like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's not doing any of that.
Yeah, it's
you're like, you're solid, but like your bones still feel like little kid bones.
Yeah. Like I'll kick the shit at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all those quads, like done.
No,
you know?
Whack.
Yeah, but Rotang, you're like, man, you hit his thigh and your shin's breaking.
Right.
You know, he don't even need to check. He'll just take it and your shin's breaking. Like he like hitting him is like it hurts you.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
And like so your bone just calcifies and just doing that over and over again, that kind of life, just all the training. Yeah, lifetime of doing that. But it was an experience, man, like to be on that kind of movie set. So it was cool just to get to, talk to Cowboy and be around Rampage. It's funny because there's like medics and doctors on the set, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over here being his bodyguard. Hey, Rampage, today I'm your bodyguard, man. I'll die for you. He was, hell yeah. And then I was like, my name's Will Esparza. I'm also a pro fighter, man. Like I'm a big fan. I watch all your fights. I love all your shit.
Yeah.
Especially your shit talking. He's like, hell yeah, So we're kicking off because we're both talking shit, just love it, kicking, we're just kicking it, right? It's like we've been best friends. And he's just so nice like that. He's just such a cool dude, man. And then there's a medic, right? And they always told me that I'm an extra, so they said, listen, you're an extra. That means you're nothing. That means you're dirt, you're scum of the world, and you don't talk. You're on set and you're a ghost. Someone looks at you, you don't even respond. Someone talks to you, you don't even respond unless it's me. And like, blah, blah, blah. And like, if I see you talking to trying to fucking fanboy over the fighters and the movie stars, you're dead. And like, you get it, you got it, good. And I said it to like all the extras. That's a speech. Like you're scum of the earth, you're dead. I'm like, you're out of here.
You said this?
No, that's what the stunt coordinator gave all the first day extras.
I thought you just walked in there like you own the joint.
No,
like,
that's what he
fuck
told.
all you.
That's what he told us.
Yeah.
That was my first day. And I'm like, okay, all right.
That's
like
weird flex, but
all right, all right. This is how they do it here. Like you're scum of the earth, you're dead, you're ground, you're nothing. Don't fanboy over the top. Don't talk to me. Don't be on a place you're not supposed to, and don't film shit. And I filmed everything.
I would have too.
Yeah, I filmed everything. And what is it called? It was So Nicolas Cage, his son, he was one of the bad guys in the movie.
Okay. People say I look a lot like Nicolas Cage.
You look like Oh, well, now that
Yeah.
you say that, I can see like you're like a family member.
Yeah,
I can see
I'm
that-
not, but
Okay.
yeah. But
But-
people say I've every time since I was 18, everyone's like, you know, who you look like, and I'm like Nicolas Cage. They're like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I got that for a while.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Hey, he's a badass actor.
Yeah.
Con Air is my favorite movie.
Cool.
Gone in 60
Oh yeah,
seconds.
yeah, Gone in
That's-
60 Seconds. Yeah,
That was
Con
when
Air's good.
that's when everyone like figured out who Angelina Jolie was.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
who's that crazy girl with the weird hair that's so hot? We don't know why
Right,
we like
right.
her, but she's weird and she's hot. You know, right? We're like
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
11-year-old. You're like, I don't know what about her.
Blonde
We're like,
hair. I don't know, man.
yeah, something about her, man. It just looks so cool. Like you too, right? Me, I'm not weird, right? I know
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
weird,
yeah.
but like
You
I'm
saw
not
that
weird,
movie?
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
You're that weird girl. But like, yeah, so that was a good movie. And then, but his son was in it. So got you to be part of like, you know, behind the scenes. I was just a kid in a candy store, just like asking everyone about everything. I wanted to. There's a smoke blower. You know, there's
Yeah.
a person with the light. He just literally like lights flicking off, on, off. Like
Really?
like, go. Turn it off, you know. And like, you have one fucking job. Like,
Yeah.
click that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, it's just like there's someone for every little bitty like thing, you know.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of sitting around, a lot of behind the scenes, and just cool. And Rampage was just like cracking jokes, and everyone back to that doctor. He would be like, his name was like Mike Sadamik or something like that, like some like you know, Indian guy or something like that. Cool young guy like us, just Dr. Mike Sadamik or some shit like that. So he's like, wait, what'd you say? Will, what was his name? Mike Sigmadik? He's like, Mike Sigmadik? Is that what he said? I was like, I think that's what he said. And he looked at me like, are you serious? I'm like, you know, what do you want? You know, it's
Yeah,
Rampage. I'm his
yeah.
bodyguard today. He's like, Will, he said Mike Sigmadik. I think he said Mike Sigmadik, you know? And he's like kept going on. And he's like, hey, what? Oh, Sandra, blah, blah, blah. This is, hey, Sigmadik. You know, and like only mess with this guy and the guy's name wrong, like, you know. So it was like a running joke, and that's how he was.
Yeah.
Cowboy is more reserved, and Chael Sonnen, he was so freaking nervous, dude. I never
Really?
seen someone so nervous. Like, you have fought John Jones to the death.
yeah.
You
And
have
Anderson Silva.
You have
Yeah.
taken you basically beat Anderson Silva,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? And until you fucked it up, you know? Like, but you basically beat his ass, you know, for 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, like, and he's like, did I do that right? Oh my gosh. I come out this corner. He's like back there, like breathing. He's like, he's like, okay, I fought John Jones. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it's, and he's like jumping. He's like, boom, 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 like his special effects because like there wasn't real gun shooting.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
he had to like pow, pow. I was like, don't say it, you know?
Oh,
You know?
he was saying it?
Yeah, he's like, okay, like enough, you know, like take again, another take, chill, like blah blah blah. He's just getting so nervous, and he did great. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Just because you're good at, you know, math doesn't mean like reading is gonna be when it's your time to read. Like I hated that, dude.
Yeah.
I could talk in front of everyone. I'm not afraid of the camera. But if you ask me right now to like read something, I'm like, I'll start like freaking out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you ask me to read something, right, like, hey, read this like article that so and so posted. Like when Joe Rogan starts reading to like I'm like, no, I can't have a
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
because someone like asked me to read like the news are talking like, you know,
Yeah.
that's me, and I gotta work on that. You know what I'm saying? But other people like Chael, I'm like, dude, this guy can go like and like literally he's big, he's bigger, he's way
Yeah.
bigger. Like Rampage was smaller. And Chael's way bigger than I expected. And he's not fighting, he's just in shape.
Yeah.
Like walk around weight. I'm like, dude, that's a big man. Like he'll mess you up.
Did he let you get close to him?
Yeah, like we have I can show you pictures right now. I can show you a picture of my
He
phone.
can't let you get close, you know.
Oh yeah, can't let you get close. Oh yeah. No, but I talked because I was like, hey man, this is when the bad guy was just kind of kicking off.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, so it wasn't like new, but it wasn't like big like it is now.
Gotcha.
I was like, dude,
Okay.
like I love what your opinions. You know, I bring them to the dojo. The guy's like, man, thanks. We were really working hard on this, and just love the podcast, love the show, and you did great, man. I saw you get so nervous. Like, man, I'm so nervous. And we just went on. He started talking to me about being nervous and you know all this kind. It's just like a cool dude, you know.
Yeah.
And it was awesome
They're
experience.
normal people behind closed doors.
Yeah,
you know?
man, and like it's fun that like I love that they're like these guys are trying to get to movies now and stuff.
Yeah.
And that same movie director, I still stay in touch with him, and like I find sources of investments and revenue for these movies to be made and production and stuff, and that's how I still stay connected with them. They just like, hey, you look good. I saw him at some Venetian hotel suite after party after some seminars and stuff. A bunch of martial art guys. He's director, writer, and producer. He made 6 movies that year alone with Michael Jai White, Cuba Gooding Jr., Mickey
wow.
Rourke. Yeah, just pumping out action films in Vegas. And that was the last film he was doing with these guys. So man, you got this look to you. I just need some, another extra. You got a good look. Can you be here on Wednesday? And I was like, man, like I'm leaving Sunday. That was like Saturday night. I'm leaving the next morning, Sunday. And I was talking to some guys like, dude, I can't be some like, college film,
Right.
So I've done that
Yeah.
for fun like a million times. Like I can't do this. Like I got a kid back home. This is my daughter just born.
Yeah.
So I gotta get home to her, my wife, because she's like, she's like a single mom now, So, and she said, oh, you're always at, and at that time I was traveling like constantly.
Yeah.
When my daughter was just first born, constantly, and it didn't really hit me yet, the concept of like being at home until like I saw her how she changed in 5 days, like her physicality.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I can't miss this. I gotta
Right.
stop doing this. I gotta stay at home as much as possible. And I still have to travel a lot, right? It's Christmas Eve. We're doing a show today. But I'm gonna go back and see her, and she knows she's gonna watch, and it's gonna be fun,
Yeah.
But anyway, at that time, I was like, oh man, I stayed 3 extra days, right? I stayed till Wednesday, so that wasn't so happy with the wife, and like
Yeah.
missing my daughter, and it was hard. But I got to like build this relationship with these directors and producers and stuff, and no, my scene didn't get kept in the movie, but
You networked.
networked,
Yeah.
and I'm part of in the behind the scenes a lot of future project that's going on. That is fun for me, passion projects. I get to make a little bit of money off of it. I get to continue to make movies with these kind of people and make cool things happen. That's what life's about, dude.
Yeah.
Doing cool stuff,
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, man. Life, you only get one shot. You
Yeah.
only get one. So you might as well make the best of it and have a good time and have fun and
Man,
do what you want to do, bro.
imagine this. You're gonna be, oh man, you got 6 months, dude. You got cancer.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh.
I didn't do this, I didn't do that,
Yeah.
this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
Man, they
all
tell
this-
me I
yeah.
got cancer tomorrow. I'm like, 6 months.
All right, I did all I wanted to do.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've traveled to like 30 some countries. I'm 33 years old. Like
Oh, wow, yeah.
35 countries. I'm 33. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I've lived like 3 lifetimes in the lifetime of one.
yeah,
I've
Yeah.
become a professional athlete. I've ran a business. I've built a business, built a brand, international brand at that.
Yeah.
Have kids, marry the girl of my dreams. I won.
yeah, you did.
Dude, I won.
Yeah.
And now all the rest of my life is side missions.
Yeah.
Rest of my life.
Side quest all day.
Side quest,
Yeah.
dude. I'm just trying to build up my Skyrim account. I'm putting those hours in, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now. This is fun. I
Yeah.
get to talk about this stuff. I get to pass on my experiences to other people, to the next generation,
Yeah.
so they can go and live life too. You know what I'm saying? Everyone goes and talks about it, and this is what hit me, man. I was 22, 23 years old, teaching at another place, at another location in League City. And hey, guys, you gotta follow your dreams. And like, being a martial arts coach and teacher is what I wanted to do. But I also wanted more out of life than just being that for someone else.
Yeah.
So go chase after your dreams, kid. And Sensei, are you chasing after your dreams? What are your dreams, Sensei? What are your goals? And what are you trying to do in life? I'm like, shit, I'm not chasing after my dreams.
Yeah.
Like this is part of my dream, but this isn't what like my end goal is gonna be. Like teaching you guys this, I gotta get out of here. I quit like that week, and I just took off. And then I worked, saved as much money as I could, sold all the things that I could, and just bought my one-way ticket to Europe. One way ticket. That's it. And I stayed in Europe, traveled all throughout Europe, came back for the holidays because my mom's favorite. It's just like they're going crazy. Like, they didn't want me to go. And I had a one-way ticket, dude. Like I flew into Oslo, Norway. I flew home through like Bosnia or like Croatia or some shit.
Yeah.
Like one of those countries down south. I think it might have been Vienna actually, Austria. So like I just made a whole travel on train, me in a backpack.
That's so cool, man.
Dude, I got to see. I stayed at Dracula's castle
No shit.
in Transylvania. And I got back and I read the book, and it was the exact route from Vienna, Austria to Transylvania. I took the same route, not knowing. It was
wow.
the same exact route
Yeah.
as the book. And then I read the book, I was like, huh.
I was there.
Yeah. I was like, but it was chill because like
Thank God I had a lot of garlic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that dude had a lot of
Yeah.
literally. And then I got to this point, like Dracula. No. I was like, dude, like, come on, like everyone's in on the joke. Everyone's in on this. Oh, it's Transylvania. Oh, it's Dracula. So everyone's got to act like this, like it's Disney World. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you go to Chick-fil-A. Oh, my pleasure. Everyone's in on it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not that much of a pleasure, but you're trained to do this. That's how I felt all of Romania was, right? Then I get to Castle Dracula's village, and there's like that. I paid that guy. I always internationally travel with a $20 bill, and I always have the $20 bill. It's an American $20 bill. Do you know how much this is worth in this country? This is almost a millionaire if I give you this dollar. If I give you this 20. So like I don't have your rupees. I don't have this much, but I have a 20 American dollar. You can go anywhere, exchange this for millions of rupees. They're like, okay, I take you. I give him 20 for like a 3-hour car ride, a 3-hour taxi ride, and I needed it. So that was what I was doing. And I was like 24, 25, scamming taxi guys to like take me 3 hours to Dracula's Castle because he was like, no, I'm not going to Dracula's Castle. No, I'm like, it's a
just take
movie,
me.
like
it's not real.
And then they get me there. He dropped me off at the village like site. Like he didn't take me into the village, and then I stayed at this hotel, and you go up the stairs and you're facing this way. But then the castle out the window, the castle is this way in real estate. But facing the window out, you see the castle in front of you. Still to this day, me and another guy that were in the same hotel, like, how does this make sense? No way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that the window's here, and like, you know the building's here, and out of this building, you know the structure of the layout outside of this building, right? Well, so did we see the castle, see the village, and then you go upstairs and you're facing the window, but the castle's now in front of you. Like, what?
That's crazy.
You know? And we were the only 2 Americans on the whole tour, and we were the only 2 people, the American I met on this tour. His name was Ernie. He was like this older guy. And he had to be a martial artist too. And everywhere I've been to by myself, it's like Pokemon. Like, you.
Yeah.
You.
You know,
you.
Yeah.
You know, and the martial arts they're magnets to each other.
Yeah.
We all find each other all around the world.
Yeah.
So I've traveled the world by myself, but never alone.
You've got that. It's like you said, like like someone's got that aura about them.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, if you look at somebody like that, they'll be like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing.
Exactly. And then, that telepathic type of thing we just went through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
And it's that energy, that aura you're talking about. So, we went to Dracula's Castle. We got to see that. And I've been in meetings with Dracula's Castle trying to put a pretty big event over there that I don't want to talk about so much.
That's fine. Yeah.
Out in public, but I would like to say that if you see some organizations that I'm part of start doing events with Castle Dracula in Transylvania. Like
I'll be like, oh, I know that guy that started that.
Diddly, come back to this clip, diddly, So just know that it came from me right here, and you start seeing some cool stuff happen with Castle Dracula in the fight world because no one's doing it except for me.
Yeah.
And except for like when this happens. So if it happens, you know where it came from. And
awesome.
I want to say that because like I'm very proud of this particular project.
Yeah.
Because I love Dracula. He's a real person. He's a real human being. And it's a fascinating historical character. I base a lot of like how we do the House of Dragons off of Dracula, how he his war tactics and how he fought off his enemies and how he uses his stuff. I study him, Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Hitler, Napoleon, all the greatest people who've like conquered the world or almost came to it. Whether you like them or not, whether they're good guys or bad guys, like their ability to conquer, ability to inspire, lead, influence, you need to study those things. Especially if you're in the fight game,
Yeah.
It's all mental warfare.
Yeah.
You'll be able to have those stare downs,
is.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And be able to, that's a mental game, sight game. And like Nate Diaz said it before, he said, hey man, I won the face off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That is a thing.
You
You get in a guy's head before you get into the cage or ring or whatever with him, the slants or whatever. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, the karate combat mats.
Oh, the pits?
Yeah, the pit. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get in a guy's head like quickly if you just stare him down the right way.
Oh yeah.
And
that's part of in the fight game. It's like experience and how to deal with it, how to impose that, how to know that like, oh man, like I'm feeling like he's imposing on me.
Right.
Like, oh man, he's doing it to me. This is like I can't get it back to him.
Right,
And you're
right.
like, oh, yeah. And like you can't shoot it back at him. Like I've dealt with that before. Like somebody with superior confidence, like I'm not breaking him, and like that's kind of making me break.
Right.
That I'm not breaking him is kind of making me break.
Right.
And like when you feel like that, you gotta learn how to like slip and move. I'm back right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I slipped and moved. And like if you needed to even do that, sometimes that's why people like go like this because motion relieves tension.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I know that you might be beating me in this dare battle, then I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm getting myself back in. And sometimes when I'm in the middle of talking shit to someone in a fight, yeah, of course, it's like it's gonna demoralize you, but it pumps me up.
Right.
You know, it pumps me up that I'm talking shit to you and you can't do nothing about it.
Right, yeah.
You know, that you try your best to like shut me up and you can't.
You can't, yeah.
exactly. And that pumps me up.
Yeah.
So you better knock my ass out. You better do it fast because, like, you know, I remember even my last fight. Some people here in Houston didn't like it. You know, it was controversial. We're going into the 4th round in my last fight, or we're supposed to go into the 4th round. He was dead on the floor. He was stalling. The ref was holding me back. Like, dude, get off of me. Let me finish this fool. Like, get off of me. Get off of me. Let me kill him. This is my opportunity. And then, like, 6, 5, 3, and then he just, like, lackluster, whatever. So I was like, all right, bitch, like, I'll see you in the 4th round. I don't know if you saw that at the end. I'll push his head back. And that wasn't a strike. They were like, oh, he struck him after the round. No, I big face your ass.
Yeah.
I punch your ass. I push your ass. I big brothered your ass.
Right.
That's what it is, bitch. So, what I'm saying? That is a push, it's a shove, it's a punk. That's not a strike. It's not illegal. And, like, you might not like that. You might think that's mean, that's rude, that's like, well, good. It's supposed to be mean. It's supposed to be rude. I'm supposed to make him piss. And I don't like him right now.
Right.
F this guy right now. And F everyone else watching this right now because I'm the one here, So forget what you guys think, and I'm going to do this shit again. And anyone else that I fight, expect that shit. And the thing is that I'm cool until you start acting fucking fool. And that guy was, that he wasn't trying to fight, so fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You weren't trying to fight me. You're trying to stall. You're trying to win. I'm trying to fight you. I'm trying to kill you, and like you're playing this game. So forget that. I'll see you in the 4th round. And because I know you don't want it, it's pumped me up for that 4th round.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing. That motherfucker lost based on this alone. Karate Combat forgets to mention this shit that in the rule settings when we have our rule meetings that like we all have to be there for because like we need to know the rules.
Right. Yeah.
If you can't make it up the damn pit by the time the bell rings, you lose. It's part of the pit rules. That you can't have help climbing up. You have to be able, it's hard to climb up the damn pit. It is. It's like, it's not so easy. People think it's like a lot more easy, and it's way difficult. It's not like a wall you can bounce off. It's not a rope. It's not a corner you can kind of like feel your back on. You have, okay, I can move off this way. No, like you're like, ah.
Yeah, you feel like you're falling.
Yeah. So like if you're not like super aware of your space and surroundings and you're not trained for that and you're used to a cage, you're relying on the cage, or you're that kind of guy who does it, like Khabib relies on a cage. It'll be a worse thing to fight in this pit than it would be a cage for Khabib, right? More opportunities to run away on the pit to get up. That's harder to deal with. Yeah. But you have to be able to get up and get to your corner. Otherwise, like you're you lose. You can't move. You can't fight. I mean, like how much time is this here, guys?
Right.
How much time do we need in between rounds, guys? Like, no, we're going to decision. Motherfucker, the bell rang. He couldn't climb up. He doesn't want to come out.
Fight's over.
Oh, unanimous decision. Oh, okay. I guess I won that because I thought I lost in the first round.
Yeah.
I guess I made it the first because I dropped him. I dropped him too in the first. He dropped me. I came back later, dropped him at the end, and I finished out strong. So I thought I evened up the first round, but I lost. That's what I thought. And they told me unanimous decision. I was like, oh, I guess I did enough. And I thought that the first round was the deciding factor. So I came out strong in second and third, and I beat his ass, And then I was like, okay, I guess I won that one. I thought we were going to sudden death. Is actually kind of what I wanted anyway. And as a fighter and warrior, this is like the best fight I could have asked for. Back and forth, I got knocked down. I've never been knocked down before, right? So, like, I'm not, oh, yeah, like, I'm looking to get someone to finally, like, to test me, Like, I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I was finally, like, knocked down.
Yeah.
And I had to get back up. And remember, I don't think that I did anything about quitting, because I did.
Yeah.
Don't think that I did anything about quitting, because I did. I'm going to say that shit again. Tell all the fighters, everyone's like, what am I, some macho tough guy? Saying, like, oh, man. He's like, I remember he's beating like this, and it was like a Kit Kat moment. Like, everything slowed down. And, I was like, man, like, this is it, dude. Like, it's okay. He clipped you. This is a nightmare. Like, you saw this coming. You knew it was going to be like that, Like, the whole blue team was losing that night. Everyone on the blue side lost. Everyone, except for one guy, and he knocked him out. But any decision, blue team lost. Every guy got knocked out or lost the decision. I was like, man, you just be another one today. It's part of the game. It's part of what's in your cards. And you got knocked out just like you did in the dream. I was like, no, but in the dream I was out cold. I'm still awake right now.
Right,
I was like, I beat this motherfucking dream. So I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. So I woke up and I was like, ah. And I came back from that.
Yeah.
And that's that mindset, dude. That's that like mindset, that training, that grit.
That mindset, if you will.
Oh, the mat mindset. That's that mat
See?
mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the mat for sure. He was pow, 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 throwing bombs on me, dude. And those were what really got me in the fight. In the later of the fight, it wasn't the ones where he clipped me in the face, hit me in the body with, hit me in the in the head. He hit me in the back of the head, and those hits like carried on through the rest of the fight. And that was like another thing I had to deal with. So that's what I was proud about. I was proud about that I like had true adversary. This guy's supposed to be projected to be the champion, the next champion. They wanted to also test him against a dog. So they put like the vet versus the rookie in, the new guy versus like the veteran, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I definitely gave him the test. You know that he obviously didn't pass, but they gave it to him. It's like the guy who's failing, but we really need the running back, man. Like Miss Appleby. Here's an apple.
Really need the running back.
Yeah, we need to beat this. We need to make the playoffs this week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need him. So I know you failed that test, but can you give him a couple extra points for being early today? You know. So that's what happened to this guy. You know, that's exactly what happened to this guy. Go look at the stats, man. Go watch the fight for yourself. You know, this is why we're not rematching. This is why I like. Yeah, you know, fight him again. Like Donovan, go get his ass.
Right.
Yeah, go get his
Absolutely.
ass. I already beat him, so come with me. If you really want to beat us, take us on. Like you really, and that's another thing. He was saying that he's trying to make the fight happen. I was like, no, you didn't, fool. Like you have my number, dude. Like
you could just text me.
Yeah, you could tell me that. Like no, like hey man, let's like set this up. Blah blah blah. Nothing. You're just talking shit on some podcast.
Right.
Someone's gonna give you some attention, and he never talks about our fight. He never talks about a fight. He talks about the moment that Donovan went crazy.
Oh,
but
yeah.
never talks about the
Yeah.
fight because he got his ass whooped. You know, he can't talk about the fight. And on top of that, that's another thing. People are like, oh man, like you know. Will Esparza and House of Dragons, they're always about trying to go viral, but they'll do anything for likes and clicks and whatever. I was like, you think I wanted that to happen after like the fight of the year?
Right.
You know, and everyone's talking how I whooped his ass. You think I want that to be talked about?
Right. I want the fight to be talked
No,
about.
dude, like what about freaking all the shit that I was like sacrificed for? You know, my wife was there for the first time. I whooped that motherfucker up. You know, and I came back from losing. I was bleeding. I beat the champion who was supposed to win. You know, he's feeling like Apollo Creed, like I won, but I didn't beat him. You know? Like and he knows it, his team knows it, his coach knows it. They all told me that after the fight. Like, man, you're the hardest motherfucker we've ever fought. Yeah, and I will be the hardest motherfucker you ever fought. You know, ever. You know? Because like I said, like it's a different type of fight with me. You know, he wants to become he's fighting to win. I'm fighting to kill you.
I'm fighting to fight.
Yeah, you know, I'm fighting to take your freaking face off, man. And that's what's fun for me, you know? And that's what I like about Donovan, you know, and the rest of the team, that's what we're instilling those guys too. Like, we're coming to take your face off, man. And, like, that's another thing that showed in his fight. It was against the Goche guy, too, so we know we're in for a tough fight. And this guy's 2-0 against our 0-2. MMA math.
Yeah.
This is a bad fight.
Right.
All right? He's a collegiate wrestler. We've only lost to 2 wrestlers before us. Before Donovan training with House of Dragons.
Yeah.
When he was with the other team, who are like jiu-jitsu team and ground game team and all that kind of stuff, like he lost twice to, like doing ground game stuff. Donovan is like not necessarily a ground game guy. You know what I'm saying? He has heavy hands. He has long arms. Like
He's strong.
He's strong.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got good ground game. He's got good wrestling.
He does.
But like he can also just like the way he hits like that density that talk about.
Yeah.
Like you know he hits you without trying. Like our other guy Ben, like you'll see him fight in Elevate in the 24th. Like he hits you and he just but by like dude, I'm not even hitting you hard. Like go put bigger gloves on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like you know like me, I'm like I gotta like turn the hips a little more. I gotta turn the hand more. I gotta I gotta hit in the right place. I gotta be more accurate. I gotta like put some little bit more umph on it so I can knock people out. But that's what I gotta do. Versus some people can just like have that touch.
Yeah.
You know? Taporia, he's like that too.
Yeah.
Versus Max Holloway, he can knock you out, but he doesn't have that same type of like that touch power, right?
Yeah.
So Donovan, we've made a lot of adjustments. We made some switch ups. Like, hey man, we gotta do like this, and this is what happens when shit hits the wall. We did a lot of drills. Like the drill where he like was hitting him all the way down. I told him like right before he walked out, hey man, if he just shells up, just hit his arms, hit his forearms, hit the shoulders, hit all that shit, hit his hands. Like just let him feel that force. And like we literally did drills on the. We don't have like a cage anymore because my cage is in storage, and we're expanding and we're about to like need even more space now. But when we had our cage. Like we used to have a lot of cage work, but this time we don't. We just have like a brick wall, and we just I'd be on the brick wall, and he's throwing shots, working at a takedown, and that's exactly how you finish. We made the adjustments. I'm like, dude, look, you're getting overzealous. You're doing this. You're doing that. Like let's like have a short-term memory, forget about that first round, scratch that, because you won a lot of moments there. Let's keep those moments in the second, and then we get the first. So he listens to the coach, he listens to the game plan, he does everything we do in preparation, and that's how he comes out of victory versus how he was before. And this guy gets his first loss on straight strategy and maneuvering. You know, Alexander the Great, instead of fighting like this, boom, he put his flanks out and made him think about more things. And that's exactly what we did. We shut down his wrestling. No one can get. I told him, hey, look, if he takes you down, and he might, most likely will, 95, 97% chance he's gonna take you down. Like, if you can just get back up, you're breaking his mind.
Right.
You know, you're breaking it because no one gets up from this Olympic level wrestler. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's fought 2 fights, all decision. That's 6 rounds, all sitting on people, not beating people up, not hurting people, not submitting people, just sitting on them, being a wrestler. He's not gonna beat you up, not gonna hurt you, not gonna submit you. He's just gonna sit on you.
Yeah.
And then thank God for the Fury refs, because they know us, and they know we come and show out every time. We come and bang every time. We come and throw hands. And everyone gets bloody every fight, whether us or them. Someone's bleeding every time we fight. And they set him back up. Did the right thing.
Yeah.
Did the right thing. Set him back up. This guy was literally grabbing him and holding him. I love ground and pound. Like, we're on the ground, we're pounding your ass. You know, we're
Pause.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, good one. I walked into that one. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we just gotta like now you're making me
No,
like
I
I have to
got
like
you.
think my shit, you know? But we beat your ass, okay? We're gonna throw you down and beat you to the ground, all right? And not be gay and ditty about it. We're just gonna beat your ass. But that's what we plan for, man. And we train those things, and then if it gets too crazy, we get back to our feet. And no one in Houston wants to bang with us. I don't care what gym you are. I don't care what gym you come from. Like, you don't want to strike with us because we're cocky, we're young, we're the new thing. We've been here, we've been the new kids on the block, and we're still hot. We're like, our magic hasn't died out. We keep getting better every year, and we have established ourselves as a serious force, not only in Houston but in the world, as a team to be reckoned with, as a brand to be reckoned with. And we're coming with it. 2025, we're melting everyone's face off, you know? And I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very pumped to like elevate our guys. They're getting like bigger fights, bigger opportunities, harder fights. We love the matchups. We love the challenges. You know, that's what we need. That's what I put my guys, like, they're all striking champions. And they need, like Angel in particular, defend the belt or get another MMA fight that means nothing. That could take away his hype, take away everyone's fear. Like, oh man, don't mess with Angel. You know, all you gotta do is just get him to the ground or whatever. You know, whenever someone beats you, then you become a human again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's why all these coaches are worried about, like, losing their guys, having a losing record, or you know, me as a coach, I'm gonna lose to that guy as a coach, or like that coach shouldn't be able to outcoach me, and you know, all these different types of things. And these are real things. Like, me as a coach, I love to outcoach other coaches. And I like to hunt gyms down, you know, because we're going to have to fight each other anyway. And then you're going to be talking shit about me at some point.
Yeah.
So let's just get there already. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's stop fucking around. And like, let's understand that I'm here to beat your ass, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like, as a coach, as a team, as a brand, as a unit, like, in every which way, whether it be my 9-year-old kid, my 6-year-old kid, me, my guy, my adult, whatever it is, CGL, smoker, like combat sports coverage tournament, whatever it is, we're coming to beat your ass. Like, that's the only reason why we're here, you know?
Yeah.
We're not here for like some high five shit. We'll do that and enter a school tournament. We'll go and compete against each other and high five after that. No, when we come over here, we're black and yellow. We're coming out hard. We're gonna fight you. We're gonna be hot. We're gonna be in your face. We're gonna post about it. You're not gonna like it, so get over it. You know, beat us and then post about us. 'Cause
Right.
people love doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
People love doing that. People, oh yeah, these House of Dragons guys are like, we beat these guys up. Like, hey, congratulations, you guys got it.
Yeah.
You know, and now we're coming back.
Now, guess what?
Yeah, exactly. Now we're
yeah.
doing this. So that's part of the game, man. It's part of the game, and like, we love it. We love the controversy. We invite, not that we asked for it, but we don't shy away from it. You know, we embrace it because we are controversial. Fighting is controversial.
It is.
It is, no matter what it is, man. Like, we are all a little different,
Yeah.
a little crazy.
You have to be
You
to
know?
fight somebody else.
To even train, just
Yeah.
like someone like you.
Yeah.
How often do you train? Every day?
I
2
try to
times a
I
day?
mean, it depends on my work schedule and all that stuff. It just depends on
So like
on
how many
that.
days a week are you getting on the mat? Like at least walk in there for 1 hour session, one class.
I mean, minimum 2.
2, okay,
Yeah.
minimum 2.
Yeah.
That's great. Because you know how many people are doing none?
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know how much like that's 2 hours a week that you're getting on self-development. You're keeping yourself in check in your mind because like maybe your podcast kicking ass, maybe your business, maybe when you're making a lot of money, maybe beat that white belt all week. Okay, we're gonna see that blue belt. You're gonna see the purple belt.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get the attention of the brown belt that's pissed at you. You
Yeah,
know,
I've been there already.
you've been there, so you know.
Yeah.
Right, and so you're gonna get a nice serving of humble pie today.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's what's good about those two classes you get minimum. It's healthy for your mind, and you're building yourself up. Whenever one day you're gonna have that kid, you're gonna be so far ahead of that kid. You're like, I'm gonna tap your ass
Yeah.
up. You beat me up, but I'll take your ankle right now. You know, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You know, like, I knew
Yeah.
my genetics were. You know, or I
Right.
know you have bad knees. You know.
You're right.
So like,
Exactly.
I made you, you know. But yeah, so that's what's good about martial arts, and I highly promote that. Just the lifestyle, man. You turn it into a lifestyle. You're talking about mindset. Talk about martial arts. What else do you do on this podcast? It's just mainly martial arts.
Just people who compete in the sport, people like yourself who train, compete in any type of combative sport, be it karate, to Muay Thai, to boxing, MMA, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, etc. We just talk about how they got their start and anything else that pops up, to be honest.
See,
So, yeah.
that's spreading martial arts, man.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be kung fu, whether it be an old man, and you're like, man, like, I can't do that kickboxing, Muay Thai stuff. Even kicking a bag kind of hurts my arthritis a little bit, you know, but I can do Tai Chi.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
can stretch. I can do some, you know, stretching yoga meditations, you know, and like you need to, man. My grandma, she's about to have her 90th,
Oh,
90th
wow.
birthday.
That's awesome.
I told her, we call her abuela. Abuela is like grandma in Spanish. Abuelo, abuela. We call her Welly. We couldn't say
Nice.
that shit as kids. So
Mhm.
it's just Welly, right? So she's Welly. And she's about to have her 90th birthday. And she still wakes up and does yoga and goes to YMCA and works out. She drives her own Mercedes-Benz.
Wow.
Yeah, she drives her own stuff everywhere. And she just now got a walker. And she's pissed about it.
Yeah.
And when she goes to like her little, you know, she does a lot with the mayor and like politics of Houston and stuff like that. So when she goes to her
Okay.
little galas and events and stuff like that, she doesn't bring her walker. She's like, I cannot let anyone see. They're gonna be talking about how I'm on a walker now and
Right.
shit. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you're 90, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
You're
it's
90.
okay, you know?
It's all right for you.
Yeah, you know, she's over there. She's like, when I first opened my gym, which is 5 years ago, so she's 85, doing kickboxing class on the mat, dude.
That's cool.
Dude, my grandma,
Yeah.
85.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're too tired. Don't tell me you're too old now.
Yeah.
My grandma's out here doing kickboxing, bro, with a bunch of the, like, you know, we have some supermodels, we have some regular looking girls, we have some bigger girls, we have all kinds of women, all kinds of sizes, shapes. Like, they're all welcome. Guys and girls. We got the handsome guys. We got the guys who don't feel so handsome about themselves. We got the guys who are big and overweight that like lost weight. You know, we got the guys who are skinny, want to buff up. We got the old ladies like my grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got the pregnant moms in there.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to lose some weight from the just having babies. We got the dads who are like, I'm pregnant too, and I need to lose some baby. You know, I need to lose some weight from the baby. You know, because
Yeah.
the dads gain weight with the moms.
Yeah.
You know. So, and that was the crazy part too that I found out is that my 2 fights I was having, my 2 kids, my daughter and my son. Like because I like one time a year so far fighting karate combat and 1 kid a year each.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And then I was like, why can't I not lose weight? Like I'm not eating. I'm like dying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not losing weight. I got to this point. It's not dropping. Like, dude, I'm like 3 weeks out. Like, it has to be at this point. Like I'm this because the cut's gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
You know. And remember my first fight is supposed to be a 165. I was at 210. Lied to them, said I was 190. They would not believe that I would make 210 in 6 weeks. 210, 165. They're not believe it.
So much weight,
Dude,
Will.
oh my gosh. With just having, and then like, back to the science of having kids, like your body, like right now, I'm like, it's harder for me to like lose weight.
Yeah.
Like the same things I'm doing, I'm just gaining weight back because like and I'm not mad about it because I understand it now because I'm having another kid.
50 pounds yet.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, dude. And it wouldn't come off because your DNA says you're preparing for
Right.
fatherhood. You need to hold on to all the extra fat for energy and all that stuff. I'm like, I need to lose it.
Yeah.
And it's not coming off. So science and fight time career is like fighting each other.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm literally doing like, I'm just like swimming in that pool that keeps pushing you away. Like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm on a treadmill. So they're not going anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So like that was like the weight loss journey for us both times. Except that the second time I did it way better because I understood it that like I wasn't losing weight because I was having a kid.
Yeah.
The second time, okay, I'm having a kid again. F my life. You know, like thank you God, but like for the opportunity, but like why God, why?
Right,
You
right,
know,
why
can't-
now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why can't I just have like business, father, pro fighter, pro coach, like all this stuff all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like usually people go through one stage at a time. Like no, here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Like it's a bop, 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 bam. You know.
Yeah.
Here goes all these things. Here you go, right in the face. And like, but like that's what's made me, and that's why also too like. You cannot talk to me about you're tired, you got a girlfriend, you got school, you got kids. You guess what? I got all that shit.
Yeah, I got it all
you know?
too. Yeah.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm a pro level fighter at the biggest organization, second biggest organization. We beat PFL numbers and Bellator. We're more watched and more known than them at this point. Same thing with UFC. We just surpassed them.
Nice.
So like we're number 2. It's UFC than us, and we're not even trying to compete with UFC. Like let them be that. We're the number 2 most wide viewed organization in the world right now. And then we're our own thing on top of that. We're not MMA. We're karate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are our own thing, not even trying to compete.
Right.
And the cool thing is that we're also on Fight Pass. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
all the MMA fans of the world are watching this. And they're watching this over there, watching the local scene, the local promotions.
Yeah.
You know what kind of furies there are around the United States? There's a million of them.
Yeah.
But there's one Karate Combat. You
Yeah.
know? And there's one ACDC, whatever y'all call it. Or the
ADCC.
Yeah, the ADCC.
Yeah.
That's on Fight Pass, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the Craig Jones Invitational was on there, and
Craig Jones,
Yeah.
that's another big one now.
yeah.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
like who's number one was on Flow Grappling, but they have like UFC Invitationals and stuff that are on the Fight Pass. just
Right,
grappling,
Mikey, Mushi,
Yeah.
he just got put on, and I
Yeah.
interviewed him in Bangkok. That was kind
Oh,
of funny.
cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It was cool, really cool.
That's
He's really
awesome.
cool, really cool guy, and he's a lot of fun too. He's real
Awesome.
funny, but yeah, it's been crazy, man, and like that type of seeing that, working with that type of promotion, being part of that type of promotion, it's just it's real fun. I love karate, man. I really love karate. Like I'm a karate black belt, 4th Dan black belt. Superfoot Wallace is a good friend of mine. He was like the first Joe Rogan of UFC. He's the first announcer.
What'd you say?
Superfoot.
I've heard of him,
Bill
yeah.
Superfoot Wallace.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
legend. He was also Elvis Presley's head of security.
That's awesome. Superfoot Wallace. Continue.
Superfoot Wallace, yeah. So he was the head of security for Elvis Presley for a while. He taught Elvis Presley and like awarded him his black belt. So he's like, oh, wow.
That's real shit right there.
Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
really training karate with like
Yeah.
Superfoot Wallace, like the best kickboxer of all time, like the
Yeah.
only undefeated kickboxer. Like that was Elvis Presley's main guy, and it was funny because when I was in Zurich, Switzerland, we're a big Swiss Hall of Fame convention and stuff. Then afterwards, Cynthia Rothrock. Do you know who Cynthia Rothrock is?
No.
She's like the queen of martial arts. She's like literally Sonya Blade. You know Sonya Blade?
Yeah, I know. So
Okay, so Sonya Blade is inspired by a character called Lady Dragon. It's like a movie in the 80s. So Cynthia Rothrock made like the cover of Time magazine for like the biggest straight to VHS like sales.
Okay.
So there's 2 different markets in movies. It's like you're going to become like Oscar. You're going to the movies, the theaters, in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or you can go straight to video. And there's a whole like sub niche like culture of just that. How many times did you go to Blockbuster back in the day? Rest in peace. Like my favorite store, dude.
Yeah.
I will literally,
Yeah.
hey, Blockbuster, if you ever catch this, I will literally be your guy, almost for free. You know, I literally, dude. I will literally I will change House of Dragons and I'll put Blockbuster everywhere. You know, we'll be a Blockbuster gym. You know, I want to bring that shit back as long as they put fill me with all the movie collections.
Yeah.
And dude, I was like, they'd get so mad at me, my family. Like I'd go there, get me like 3 movies for the fam, whatever,
Yeah.
like a video game for myself, whatever, for the weekend. But I'd be there for like 2 hours, just like looking and reading all the box, looking at all the artwork, and just
Yeah.
reading like, dude, like who did this movie? Like what? I never seen this guy in this movie. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm a fanatic. I love cinema. I love the history. I love the creation of content, making movies, film. Love it. So seeing the Ruth Rock, I learned that was a whole market. Like she was like movie just because you make a movie doesn't make you make millions of dollars.
Right, absolutely.
You can lose millions of dollars, and it went to to Hollywood, right? In
Yeah.
Hollywood, it went to the theaters. I saw it, tanked. Buzz Lightyear, tanked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Friggin' Black Widow, tanked. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all these movies suck. You know what I'm saying? All these Disney movies, that woke movies, they suck, tanked. And then you go back like Iron Man 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tony Stark's like trying to get with Black Widow. It's like, great. We like
Yeah.
that, you know? Like the cool guy gets with the hot girl. We like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like She-Hulk, tank. You know what I'm saying? Like then but we see Incredible Hulk. You know, actually, his movies tank too.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. His movies did tank. That's why he doesn't get his own movie. But you know what I'm saying? The movie was different. The movie types, and at that time, like there was no female like action star, lead star, but she was actually badass. Like you can't deny it. And then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Crazy Rich Asians, Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone thinks of her as an actress today. Like me and my wife, we got this big debate, almost argument. Like I almost had to teep her. You know what I'm saying? I almost had to like karate chop her in the throat. You know, and I put her in the sleeper hole for a minute because I was like, you're not gonna say that my girl Michelle Yeoh is not a martial artist. Like she's a martial artist first. That happened to be a tremendous actress and great career in Hollywood. She's like, no, she's an artist and a dancer who learned martial arts. I'm like, have you not? How you take? Son, dude. Go send her flying across the room. I had to like freaking Van Damme kick her. You know what I'm saying? Like you have not seen this movie. Like before she was Michelle Yeoh, she was in this movie with Cynthia Rothrock. She was doing this. She was like a badass Hong Kong action star. And she was pretty. She was like. She was also dancing. She learned martial arts and she became a real martial artist. And then she made her thing doing martial art movies. And that's how she got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was like an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah.
You know, no one who knew who she was until that movie.
Right.
In America, I did because I was watching Hong Kong action films, you know? With Cynthia Rothrock and all those people, right? And that's where you see like a bunch of like the Van Damme and like Jet Li.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's when Rush Hour was Jackie Chan's first movie in the States?
Yeah.
But did you know Jackie Chan before Rush Hour?
No.
You didn't?
Well, actually, I do. What was it? He did Escape. What is it? The Brooklyn movie where he's in Brooklyn beating up all those guys.
Yeah,
at the
Rumble
gas
in the
station.
Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx, and then there was like
Meals on Wheels.
another one. Yeah, there was another one where he was like man, it's old 90s.
No More Mr. Nice Guy.
No More Mr. Nice Guy, the Drunken Master.
Drunken Master.
Yeah, like there was one where he was like in a tomb, like in a cave or something like that. I did watch those movies actually.
Okay.
From the late 90s of his.
Yeah.
And then when he was over here, I was like, oh, I know this guy because of the Drunken Master and
Right.
Yeah.
So
Rumble in the Bronx.
That was his first American movie. So Rumble in the Bronx it was in the Bronx. It was filmed here.
Yeah.
But it was produced from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
See? It's like their location was here. It's like we make a movie in America, but we had to like film in Ireland for like the Cliffs of Moher.
Right.
You know, it's an American movie still. Just 'cause we went to freaking Ireland for like 2 weeks doesn't mean it's an Irish movie, dude.
Right,
you know? So
Yeah.
same thing. And like just like this is what I'm talking about. I'm just nerding out, like going on rambles on my like freaking cinema because I love it. You know,
Yeah.
the history and all that stuff. And martial arts and cinema is all intertwined. You know,
It is.
it's
Yeah.
it is. It's a beautiful showcase of how to like spread martial arts through cinema, through shows, through that. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, man, I think we're just about out of time.
All right. Cool.
I really do appreciate you coming on. Do you have any call outs, shout outs, plans for another fight that you want to let us know
Yes.
about anything? I'm going to let you talk about all that. Call out whoever you want. Next fight, anything you want to say, go for it.
All right, so it's first off starting in a few weeks in January, okay? Elevate. Go watch it, guys. Go watch Elevate. Are you going to be there at the fights?
What day is it?
January 24th.
I'm going to try to be there, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
there, man. It's hot. We got the return of Ben the Berserker, okay? He's been on a big hiatus, coming to kill somebody. Archangel, he's coming back to the MMA for another finish. We had a first-round finish last time he was there. And then we are debuting Melanie. She's our 18-year. She just turned 18 a few days ago.
Awesome.
She has her first kickboxing match coming up. She's fighting against another tough chick from Metro Fight Club. It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be a good match. And this is the one that's kind of our main event for the House of Dragons. This is the 18-year-old. It's our first girl fighter, girl warrior, first girl's going out there and doing it legitimately in a sanctioned fight. It's her first one time ever.
Awesome.
So it's going to be crazy. And hopefully everything works out with Karate Combat dates. Hopefully they don't intertwine. Other than that, we have a Karate Combat fight. Luis Melendez, sign the freaking contract. Anthony Pettis, all y'all stop being pussies, all right? Y'all, what's up? You know, you guys said you wanted to fight Luis. You've been talking all this shit, saying you've been looking for fights. You have my number. You never asked for it. So guess what? Merry Christmas, motherfucker. We're coming for you, all right? We got you. Sign the contract. We're ready. January, we're going to be there. I hope you're there. Motherfucker better be training too. So
hell yeah.
Come follow us at House of Dragons Instagram. Come watch me talk a lot of shit. Watch our guys whooping a lot of ass. You know, we out here. And then make sure you go follow the Matt Mindset. Great show. Had a lot of fun today, man. Thank you for having me on.
No, thank you for coming on. I know your schedule has been super busy. Trying to get you on for a little bit. Just, you know, you've been busy. I've been busy. But again, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day on Christmas Eve to come out here and talk a little shit with me today. So
yeah, man. Thank you.
This has been the Matt Mindset. Thanks again, man, for coming on. I appreciate it. I'm Drew Elder, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Merry Christmas, guys.
This what the city been wanting. I know y'all patiently waiting. I do this shit in my sleep, so I had to get back to basics. Got the city tuned in, cause they know I'm going for greatness. They know I'm holding the crown, and they know I'm coming to take it.